Let's get it. What is going on? Let's get this going here. What is going on, guys? Evan here from Sports Corner, back in our live stream on the channel. Today, we got some more college football playoff action. Texas A&M and Miami at Kyle Field. The Aggies playing in their first college football playoff game ever. I believe it's the same for Miami. And they will kick off here in Kyle Field. Texas A&M gets the football first. And a rowdy Kyle Field is about to get going. A&M starts with it. And here comes Marcel Reed. 25 touchdowns in through the air with 10 interceptions. Reed coming off one of the worst games of his season against the Texas Longhorns, where he threw multiple interceptions. It was a really rough game for Marcel and the Aggies offense in general. But they're looking to bounce back today against a Hurricanes team who has a very strong defensive unit. First and 10 for Reed and this Aggie offense. They start from their own 25. Moss is back. That's the big news for Texas A&M. Their star running back. And they go with the screen pass. First play to Mario Craver. And the talented sophomore wide receiver gets about 9 on that opening play. So A&M's got Colin Klein. He's going to Kansas State after the season's over. But before that, he will be calling these plays. Reed drops back, second down, and sails that one out of bounds. Had Craver for a first down, and he missed that throw. So a bad miss there from Reed, a little off target. That's what he struggles with, is sometimes hitting those easy throws. Marcel's got the scrambling ability and things like that. He's got a really good offensive line in front of him, but it's those types of plays right there that cause him trouble. Sometimes he just misses. So here we go. 3rd and 1 for Reed and the Aggie offense as they look to get something going here. After the 9-yard play to Craver, we'll see when they get Casey Concepcion involved. No carries yet for the bruising back, Le'Veon Moss, their star. 3rd and 1, do they go to Moss here? They motion him in, and there's the carry. It's Le'Veon up the middle. It looks like he's going to have a first down for Texas A&M. There's Le'Veon Moss picking up that first down. Texas A&M getting going here. They get their first down of the day. Again, having a guy like Moss who's able to fall forward and get those types of yards. They just have been missing that in the back half of the season when he got injured. He played in 7 games, had 390 yards and 6 touchdowns. Here's a 1st and 10. It's back to Moss, makes a couple cuts, and he's going to drag some defenders for about 5. So there's Moss. 1st down and 10 Aggies, and now it'll be 2nd down and medium. So Le'Veon, he's the main cog of this offense that has a lot of good pieces. And again, Miami's got a good defense. They're getting one of their best secondary players back today. Here's a 2nd down. Reed, well protected, going down the field, and another missed throw from Marcel Reed. He looked for Casey Concepcion there, and he missed him. 3rd and 5 coming up. So Reed is probably going to be well protected a lot today, but we'll see how Ruben Bain, Miami's star defensive end, does today. He's the main man on that defensive front. 3rd and 5 from there, about the 40-yard line, is Marcel Reed in the Aggie offense. And this is where a guy like Ruben Bain's got to make a big play for Miami. You cannot give Reed too much time and let those wide receivers make a play. Play clock down to 3. Reed gets the snap off. It's a 3-man rush. Reed is going to have to step up and run. That's where he's dangerous. Marcel Reed makes a cut. He's got the first down. A flag is down. So we'll see what this call is going to be all about. Oh, okay. So the ESPN graphic people are just dumb. They said they put a flag graphic up, but it was just Miami's, one of their guys, like, mouth guards or something, flew out. This is what Marcel Reed does a great job of, though, is stepping up in the pocket and running. They had a guy right there at 31 who was supposed to be on that, and he got put into the turf. He slipped down. 1st and 10, another screen. This pass is behind Mario Craver. It was a really bad throw by Reed, and they are able to get to him and tackle him at the line of scrimmage. Is that Bain right there? I believe that is. But yeah, that's just Marcel Reed is not passing the ball well in these first few throws. They're off target a lot. They're hurrying back up to the line though, second down, and they're going to go to Ruben Owens, the young running back. He's going to get a couple yards there. Again, we'll see how much do the Aggies use Le'Veon Moss today with the injury. I mean, this is his first game in weeks, right? Like, you got to I mean, I don't think he's quite ready for, 25 carries, but, maybe he'll be fresh. We'll see. 3rd and 6 for Reed in the A&M offense. They've converted a couple third downs already. 8-play drives so far, only 24 yards. 3rd and 6. They're at about midfield at the 49. Reed takes the snap. Miami trying to get some pressure. Reed is well protected. He's just going to step up and run again. Marcel Reed doing it with his legs again. Another first down from A&M. And it's that simple for them right now. It's just easy. Marcel Reed just going to scramble if he has nothing open. They got to do a better job if you're Miami defending against that, because that's what he's doing. Reeds aren't there. Offensive line picks everything up, and he steps up, and no one was able to get him. To the 42, Marcel Reed again, playing it smart right now. Here comes pressure. He throws left side passes, caught by Bethel Roman. He's come along quite nicely for the Aggies in the second half of the season. Is a very good wide receiver 3 behind Casey and Mario Craver. 2nd down and 4 coming up. But yeah, it's very simple. It's just A&M is going to try and stay ahead of the chains, and that elite offensive line is going to do what they do. They're one of the best offensive lines in America for a reason. And yeah, right there, Marcel Reed. Easy scramble up the middle. 2nd down and 4 for the Aggies. They're at the 36. Craver in motion. They go with another screen. This one's out to, I believe that's Terry Bussey. And he is shut down in the backfield. Miami all over that screen pass once again, bringing up a 3rd down and long for Texas A&M. So the first screen pass to Craver got him 9, but then after that, these last couple have been pretty bad. So a 3rd down and 7 coming up for A&M. A&M is 3 for 3 on 3rd down today. Multiple scrambles from Marcel Reed on those 3rd downs. Tight end in motion for A&M. Miami getting out there. They got to be ready for that. 3rd and 7. And it's going to just be a run up the middle to E.J. Smith, who's stuffed in the back, pretty much in the backfield, stuffed about the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a yard. And A&M, it's 4th down and medium. They've struggled a lot with their field goal kicking this year. Like, it's been a really big issue for Texas A&M. And so I don't know what they're going to do here. I mean, they're aggressive. Maybe they'll go for it. I don't know. It's 4th down and 6, and we'll see what Mike Elko's decision-making is here on this opening drive. They're going to keep the offense on the field. 4th down and 6. And a timeout from, I believe, Miami? Yeah. So Miami will call a timeout. A&M will have time to think this decision over. Again, Mike Elko, he's got a tough decision to make here. Because, again, your kicking's been awful this year. Randy Bond, Zirkle, whoever's been the kicker for them has been terrible. Regardless. So it's one of those things where it's like, what do you do here? I mean, you're kind of in that in-between where it's like, okay, well, you don't really want to punt. You've gotten this far, right? But at the same time, you can't kick. I mean, the field goal target line is, quote, right there, I guess. But, like, let's be honest. I mean, yeah, let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. Like, you're not kicking a field goal from there. Nope. Not with the way their kicking's been this season. Their kicking has been something terrible. So, we'll see what the decision is. We'll see what the decision is. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be tough. I mean, A&M's aggressive. They have a good offense. Their offense, when they play to their peak, is great. Because, I mean, you have a great run game. Your offensive line blocks well. And you have just very talented and elite wide receivers. I mean, there's a reason why A&M won 11 games this year. Their offense, their defense is good. Cassius Howell's a beast. Yeah, there you go. and then you have the Craver, Bussy, and even Bethel Roman, very good receivers. So you know what this Aggies offense is capable of. We know that they can be very good. We've seen it this year. They've showed it. They've flashed it all year long, and we'll see if that all goes well for them today. It's been a really long first drive. Again, a lot of just quick plays. Reed at some point will go deep in this game and go for the shot, but it hasn't happened yet. It's been very conservative. A lot of checkdowns, a lot of screens, a couple runs here and there. But yeah, Elko running the ball on third and 7 or whatever it was. That's very clearly like that's a go for it type of play call. Like, okay, this is 4-down territory. So here we go. After the timeout from Miami, A&M keeps the offense out there. They are all in on going for this 4th down and 6. Either a huge stop for Miami early on in this game or a big first down conversion for the Aggies on their opening drive. Klein's got to call an elite play here. 4th down and 6. We'll see what the Hurricanes do. They show blitz. They have a bunch of people in the box. Reed on 4th down. We'll see what he does. They motion E.J. Smith and the tight end. And here we go. Oh, man, that's a false start on A&M. We'll see. The officials are conversing about this, so we'll see. It looks like it was a false start. The officials come together, and it's going to be a false start on A&M. So that pretty much takes the decision out of Mike Elko's hands here. 4th down, and I believe it was Trey Zune, the left tackle, who false starts on this play. And so now the Aggies will be forced to punt on this opening drive. And Trey Zune was the guy who was talking a lot. I don't know why that guy opens his mouth so much. It never works out. He did it both years against Texas, and then he got beat both times. Like, the guy just needs to shut up. Punt here, back, and it's going to go inside. It looks like it's going to be inside the 10-yard line, so, yeah, about the 8. So, a good punt there. And now here comes the Miami offense. Carson Beck. Oh, man. Didn't think I would hear that name in a college football playoff game ever again. But here he is. He got Miami to the playoffs, and he's got one of the best freshmen in the entire country on that offense with him, and Malachi Toney, who's been just an elite player all year for them. So Miami, they've won in a lot of different ways this year in the ACC. They've had some good defensive games. They've had some offensive explosions. They've had some tough losses. But, they're here. They made it, and now they're on the road at Kyle Field with an opportunity for greatness. So here we go. If y'all are listening, by the way, be sure to click that subscribe button. Malachi Toney is the main star on this offense. He's such an elite player. He's going to have to be involved a lot today. Aggie's got to be ready for him. Emory. That's crazy. Yeah, Miami goes. They use Tramar Brown and Mark Fletcher at running backs. We'll see. Fletcher gets more carries, has 10 touchdowns on the year. But Beck's stats coming today: 25 touchdowns, 10 picks, and we know Carson Beck. Carson Beck will give up that football. We know that. Carson Beck sometimes just slings that ball around in really stupid ways. And so we'll see what happens today with Beck. I mean, his performance will definitely, if he coughs it up a couple times, A&M will win. If he doesn't, Miami's offense will probably be rolling. But it's going to be about how that Miami offensive line matches up against Cassius Howell. We know he's arguably the best pass rusher in college football. He's been elite all season long. Texas neutralized him. We had a really good day, but most other teams have not fared well versus Cassius. Again, he is an elite player. I think he's a first-round pick, top 15 type of player because he's elite, man. That dude, I've watched a lot of A&M games this year, and that guy seems to always be just causing havoc in the backfield on opposing quarterbacks. So, yeah. And obviously having to do with the Kyle Field atmosphere today, I think Miami's definitely very happy this wasn't a night game. If y'all are listening again, be sure to click that sub button. Here we go. Let's get it done. See what Miami can do. Beck is 34-5 in his college football career. 2 of those losses coming at Miami and then a few at Georgia. Alabama was responsible for at least one of those losses. What are the other ones? Because he didn't play in the playoff game last year. What are those other losses? Ole Miss. Ole Miss was one of them, yeah. Ole Miss was one of them. And then Bama. Bama was responsible for 2 of them. 2 to Bama, and then that Ole Miss one. Miami, this is their first appearance in the college football playoffs as well. Here we go. First play of the game. It's a screen pass out to the left side, and Miami's going to get a few yards out of that. It was caught by Marion, and Will Lee out there to make that tackle. So again, new type of environment, new type of pressure for both of these programs. Mario Cristobal versus Mike Elko. And again, Kyle Field is going to be rowdy and loud today. We know A&M fans are very passionate. We know they're going to try to make a difference as the 12th man against Carson Beck, a guy who is prone to a lot of mistakes. 2nd and 7. It's a handoff left side. Fletcher up the middle, and he's going to fight. Where will they mark him? I think they're going to give him the first down. There's Fletcher Jr. We know this Aggie run defense is suspect at times, as we've seen in some of the games this year that they've lost. Notre Dame ran well on them. Texas ran well on them. Even UTSA had some success early on in the season against the Aggies in the run game. So if you can win up front and create holes for your guys, A&M will give up those big plays. Shannon Dawson, the OC for Miami, versus Jay Bateman and Mike Elko's defense. That's the chess match on that side of the ball. And Cassius Howell is a big part of that. Interesting formation. Malachi Toney gonna fake the flip, and Toney trying to get to the outside. A&M was all over that. Only a 2-yard game for Toney. So trying to get the freshman All-American the ball in space, and right there it did not work out too well for Miami. They don't get much, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and long. I respect the effort to get Toney the ball, though, because he is a beast. We know how good Malachi Toney is, and again, he was the ACC Rookie of the Year. Guy's a problem. And if Miami's going to win this game, they're going to need a huge day from him against this A&M secondary. 2nd down and 8 for Beck in the Miami offense. Toney in motion a bit. And A&M sends a blitz. A quick pass out from Beck to the left side is complete. They get a few yards, bringing up a 3rd down as Sanford was out there, the A&M linebacker, who did a really nice job this year for them when Scooby Williams was out earlier in the season. Nice catch by Bauman. Yeah, so Sanford really was so big for them when Damian Sanford, he was big. They had a lot of injuries at linebacker this year. Scooby Williams was out for a lot of the year, and Sanford filled in very nicely. 3rd and 5 for Miami. This is where the 12th man comes alive on these huge 3rd downs. What will the Aggies do? 3rd down, Beck looking, middle, pass incomplete. It was behind him, and Will Lee with the defense. And the Aggies get the stop on the opening drive for Miami. So there you go. I think Beck did not really put a great throw out there, and it's going to be another punt. Cristobal not happy at somebody. He's yelling at somebody. So they had a lot of protection here on 3rd down. Multiple guys in the block. Beck just throws this straight behind him. And it wasn't a very good throw. 4th down and 5. If you are listening, by the way, be sure to click the sub button. Really helps out the channel a lot. Miami going to punt the football to one of the most dangerous returners in college football, Casey Concepcion. He is so dangerous. They're not going to punt it to him. That one got sent out of bounds, and we'll see where the official marks it. He kind of shanked that one, and this will be placed at about the 38-yard line. So both teams punt on the opening drive. A&M got further, but Miami didn't do much. Again, this is A&M's winning this field position battle here early on in this game. Their opening drive script got them down the field enough to where they pinned Miami deep. And Miami was able to get that 1st down with the run to Fletcher. I think they got to run the football more. I think that's what they need to do. If they want to win this game, you're going to have to beat A&M through the ground because, that's just, that's how you got to beat A&M in my opinion. Just going off, the Texas film. If you guys are listening, be sure to click that subscribe button. Going off of the way that my Longhorns beat the A&M. If Miami is, they definitely watched that film a lot. We got the run game going with Wisner. We limited the shot plays down the field. And what else did we do? We hit some big plays when they were there in the passing game, but for the most part, it was really just establishing that run game that got us our offense going in that second half. And then making Marcel Reed play quarterback, I think, is really the biggest thing. You make Marcel Reed, put him in pure passing situations, put him in third and longs. He's going to make mistakes. I mean, we've seen it already today. He's missed wide open throws already in this game because it's just not his game. Now, what Miami allowed him to do on that opening drive was step up and run for first downs. Marcel Reed will do that all day, and he's really good at that. That's his biggest strength as a quarterback, is his ability to scramble. He's really athletic. He's really fast. He's really shifty. You do that, and, I mean, yeah, you're going to have trouble. They got also, keen on that ground game. Again, A&M loves to lean on that O-line. They love to, they ran screens on opening drive to try to get those guys out there to block and get those plays. Pretty conservative opening drive script from Klein. I think he'll start to open it up a little more and start to take those deep shots. And you got to adjust if you're Miami and, get pressure on Reed. You got to start sending pressure. I think that's the best way, in my opinion, to attack Texas A&M. To attack Miami, it's probably the similar thing. Pressure Beck, and, dude, we've seen him. He's thrown 4 picks in a game this year. Like, that's just kind of how it is with Carson Beck. So, anyways, yeah, so this will be an interesting game, though, for sure. Both these teams are pretty evenly matched. They both have good defenses. They both have explosive playmakers on offense. A&M's got the home field advantage. And I think A&M's probably overall more battle-tested than Miami is. I mean, we know Miami, they played a weak ACC schedule. They did play Notre Dame, and they beat them, so that was a good win for them. But besides that, Miami played a lot of weaker competition. A&M, on the other hand, they played a lot of good teams. Actually, A&M also didn't play a lot of good teams this year either. They played Notre Dame, Texas. They went on the road to LSU. LSU sucked this year. Yeah, I don't know. I guess both teams are probably equally battle-tested, I guess. Neither team really played a gauntlet of a schedule. But yeah, A&M will try to lean on this offensive line. Interesting formation there for A&M to start this second drive. For a second there, they had a bunch of guys in the backfield. Now they don't. It's just Ruben Owens, the young running back. They start at the 38. Concepcion in motion, and Reed's going to keep it himself up the middle. He'll be slung down by the Hurricanes there. Again, they tried to run the little read option type of deal. A&M's offensive line is the strength of their team. The continuity. Everybody on that offensive line today has over 20 starts. Some of them in the 30s. And, it was Trey Zune. This is start number 50 for him. So a ton of continuity up front for the Aggies. These guys have all played together. They've been pretty healthy this year. And that's what makes A&M dangerous is, again, when an offensive line is very, has a lot of veteran leadership, a lot of guys who've played together, the communication's better, and things go smoothly. Reed gets through his progressions, checks it down to Ruben Owens, who makes a cut. He gets across midfield, and he has a first down. Good protection there from Miami to get Owens the football. Good protection from A&M on Miami there to get Owens the football on the check down. So Reed did a nice job, went through all of his progressions, and hits the first down to Ruben Owens. From the 49, Marcel Reed protected well here. He sidesteps, throws over the middle. Pass is caught by the tight end. And the Aggies are moving the football now. Oh, that Borkacher. Oh, that's, Borkacher right there, the tight end who made that catch. And there you go. A&M's pass protection is holding up really well right now, kind of like Oklahoma in that first half yesterday. And things are going well. Again, this is great protection up front. Miami sends 5. No one gets through. Good job by Owens right there to give Marcel Reed a little more time. He did a really nice job coming in the block. And now A&M, they're at the 30-yard line. Things are going well for him right now. Miami's got a 4-man front. Reed, screen pass, left side. It is Craver. He's so dangerous. And Mario Craver gets only about a yard, though. And there's another Miami face mask, or mouth guard there that fell out. So, yeah, the screen game isn't really working too well right now for A&M so far, but it's these downfield, middle-of-the-field shots that are getting open. Well, again, it's all about the offensive line versus the defensive line, and right now A&M is winning that matchup. 4:20 to go in the first quarter. Aggies in a good spot here, second down and 9. Reed fakes to nobody. He's in trouble, and the ball came out at the end. I think this is an incomplete pass from Marcel Reed. I'm not really sure what happened on this play. Miami recovered it if it was a fumble, but I think this was an incomplete pass. But what happened here? Oh. They're saying it's a fumble, and I think on the replay that might be a fumble. That's a fumble. Yeah, that's a fumble. I think this is a fumble. It's really close, but Marcel Reed's losing possession of the ball, and that ball just kind of comes out really weak. I don't know. It's close. But as of right now, this is a fumble. It's Miami football. And there it is. The turnover margin. Miami has a +10 turnover margin. A&M -8. And that rears its ugly head right now. And yeah, it's going to be a fumble. It's Miami football. So a promising drive for A&M ends on a Marcel Reed fumble. And Miami with the ball at the 32. Huge play early on. They go to Fletcher, right side of the field. Mark Fletcher stays on his feet, then eventually is taken out of bounds after a 9-yard run again. Miami, you got to stick with the ground game. It's A&M's weakness on defense. If you can get it do well up front, that's big time. So they gave him the first down. I didn't think that I thought they spotted him at short. What? That's weird. They swore that the referee spotted him short, but oh well. 1st and 10 now for Miami, apparently. And it's going to be another run up the middle. They go with that wildcat look. And they go up the middle there to Brown. I believe or is it Lofton? Okay. So here we go. 2nd down and 7. Again, they gave that wildcat look again for the 2nd time today. 2nd and 7. Tony in motion a lot here, and they'll go to Malachi Tony. It's a double pass. Tony's going to launch it downfield, and it's incomplete. A&M, great defense on that one right there. 3rd and 7 coming up, so they're being creative right now, but honestly, that was a really dangerous play there from Miami. I just don't get that really, to be honest. A&M covered it really well. They played great defense. Yeah, the safety rotates over the top to not allow that deep post to get open, and then Tony just had to chuck it down there. 3rd and 7 from the Miami 45. Hurricanes with the football. Aggies have got them where they want them. These 3rd and longs. This is where Cassius Howell feasts. Play clock ticking down to 2. They get the snap off. No, it's going to be another timeout by the Hurricanes, who've used 2 of their timeouts in this 1st quarter. So Miami is they've already used 2 of their timeouts in the 1st quarter. If you guys listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. Again, a huge turnover there from Marcel Reed, as the Aggies were having a great drive. So yeah, right there, from what I'm seeing, I think that there was a lot of confusion on A&M's play there. I think that someone went the wrong way. It might have been Le'Veon Moss. And I don't know. Something went wrong there. Something went wrong in the early development of that play that messed it up. And then Marcel Reed just was put in a tough spot. And honestly, should he have probably ate the sack? Yeah, but again, he's the guy who wants to make a play. And it didn't work out. So there you go. A&M has a huge 3rd down here, though. Again, but that sucks for A&M because they were starting to drive down the field and they had been in good field position. So they were doing well. Again, they were capitalizing off that good field position. They were getting in rhythm. things were looking good, and then all it took was that one play. Again, they got to stop with the screens too. Miami is all over these screens right now. Their defense has been clearly well prepared. It's a big part of A&M's game. They love getting the ball to Craver in the screen game, or sometimes Bethel Roman, to eventually be able to set up deep shots later in the game. But not there. It did not work out there for them. It has not worked out. Again, after the 9-yard screen to start the game, nothing. And again, they're not really even going to Moss right now. Moss, I think, only has like a couple carries in this game so far. So Moss is back, but he's not being used in full capacity right now for the Aggies. He only has 2 carries for 6 yards. So if you're just joining, first off, be sure to click the subscribe button if you enjoyed listening to. And second, it's been a couple punts in this game to start us off, and then A&M driving down the field on their second drive, got deep into Miami territory before Marcel Reed fumbled, strip sack by the Hurricanes. It was, who had that beautiful strip sack? It was, is it W. Basanti, I think. Oh, Scott. Was that Scott who forced that fumble? Wow. Yeah, that dude's just back from injury. Keontae Scott, yeah. Forces the fumble, and then Miami recovered it, and now they're on their second drive, bringing up a third down here. 3rd and 7. Again, for the Aggies, this is where it matters. This is where you got to get that pressure like they did on that first drive. So Marcel Reed on the sideline, he's still smiling, he's still feeling good. I mean, again, they're not losing yet, so you got to feel all right. Miami with a 3rd down and 6, actually. And A&M showing pressure. We'll see. It's coming. They'll throw the screen to Tony, and A&M's defense all over it. Tony swung down. They're trying to get Malachi Tony the football, and they just cannot seem to get him in space right now. Aggies were all over that one. 4th down coming up. So A&M's defense has come to play today. And they send a blitz. Quick fire out to the right to Tony on the screen. And this just didn't work out. Again, I just don't understand why they're not running the football straight forward with Mark Fletcher. Like, you're getting good yardage running the football, and then you try to do dumb trick plays. It's like, dude, just run the ball. I don't get Miami's offensive plan right now. Another punt for the Hurricanes. The first one wasn't great. The second one, Concepcion is gonna, he muffed it! Oh my goodness, he muffs it. He got it back though, I believe. But that was extremely dangerous. My goodness, Concepcion has been one of the best return men in all of America this year. He just fair caught that one and nearly gave away a costly possession. But either way, it's going to... Oh, yeah, he just completely missed this badly. But he got it back. The ball rolled right there. He picked it up, and A&M lives to play another drive here. And this just hits him in the hands kind of... I don't even know what happened on that play. That would have been really bad, though, for them. But he does get it back, clearly. So, if you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. Marcel Reed and the Aggies' 3rd drive of the game. They've honestly moved the ball solid, but they just haven't been able to finish drives off just yet. And here we go. 1st and 10 with 1:54 to go in the first quarter. They start from their own, deep in their own territory. First play is a handoff to Le'Veon Moss. He picks up about 4 on that one. So there's Moss getting involved. Okay. Pep talk. Marcel Reed got a nice little pep talk apparently after the fumble. I don't even think it was all on him, dude. I feel like that play just got messed up, and then he was trying to improvise because it got messed up, and then right immediately there, boom, fumble. I mean, it's kind of unfortunate. 2nd and 6, Reed dropping back, pressure comes, he steps up, Marcel Reed scrambling super well early on in this game, gets another 1st down. Again, that is A&M's offense right now, is Marcel Reed scrambling really well. He's picked up 3 1st downs with just straight runs. Which I think Miami just has to do something about that. They send a blitz from the right side to stunt in the middle, and it gets through, but Marcel Reed sidesteps it and makes a nice play. And now A&M at the 27, they go handoff. Moss, he is stuffed in the backfield by Ruben Bain. The future top draft pick makes a big play in the run game right there, and now only 45 seconds left in the second quarter. A&M behind the chains here because, again, Le'Veon Moss just had no chance. He's a great back. He's a bruiser. But, I mean, I don't even know if Derrick Henry could have broken out of that tackle, for being honest. 2nd down and 12 coming up for the Aggies. They'll have to get at least another playoff before the end of this first quarter. So here we go. They're back to their own 25. And here is Reed motioning a tight end out to the right. Here we go. Bain trying to get through. Reed's pass incomplete. Oh my goodness. Another missed throw from Marcel Reed. Bethel Roman the intended target. And now 14 seconds left. 3rd and 12. So that is just another miss from Marcel Reed. Again, there's some wind out there in Kyle Field today as the ball just rolled a little bit. If you are listening, be sure to click the sub button if you enjoyed what you're listening to. Big 3rd and 12 coming up for the Aggies. What can they do? If Miami, you got to watch the Reed scramble at all times because, again, that's been the go-to on these big plays. 3rd and 12. Reed drops back. Pressure's coming. Reed stepping up. Checks it down to the tight end. And they're going to get nothing. So A&M will start the second quarter having to punt the football. And that's the end of one here from Kyle Field. It's a 0-0 score. Aggies to punt. And so there you go. That's just how it's been today. It's been a very defensive game so far. Both defenses playing well. Again, A&M can't find rhythm right now offensively. They're just not finding rhythm. They're not doing well. Yeah, they can't get anything going right now offensively. That's been their main issue. I mean, negative plays and Marcel Reed's missing open throws. That's been the main thing. Oh my goodness. Someone said Marcel Reed versus Carson Beck is one of the QB duels of all time. Nice. That's so funny. Yeah, so Reed, again, rough first quarter for Marcel Reed. Besides the scrambling, Marcel Reed's scrambling in that quarter was very good. He stepped up and made a lot of good runs, a lot of big first down runs. 8 for 11, 41 yards through the air, 5 for 28 on the ground for Reed. The misses were key, and then, of course, that fumble. Carson Beck with some great stats. 3 for 4 for 5 yards at the end of one. Nice job, Beck. Great quarter. Carson Beck. Oh, boy. That's a good one. Yeah, I just don't get why. I think they just need to keep running the ball. Like, I feel like Miami has had success running the football. And when they try to pass, they're throwing screens and they're not going downfield, and A&M's just pressed up and ready to go. But yeah, right now both teams' defensive lines have been making plays. I mean, A&M has been sending some pressure. Beck's, they've just been throwing screens. I mean, it's been pretty vanilla from Miami's offense, except for that double pass. That wasn't vanilla at all, but that got bagged. I guess not vanilla. They're just not doing things that work. Like the Wildcat stuff. Like A&M watched the film. They're ready for it. Here we go, 4th and 11, and Malachi Tony, I believe, is the man back to receive. 4th and 11, Tyler White to punt the football, and we'll see what he does here. White Clean snap, and here we go. He sends it back. Malachi Tony, so dangerous, returning left side, and Samford gets him. Nice tackle there, and Miami will start with it at about their own 35. So Tony's dangerous in the return game. Tony's dangerous in general. And yeah, if you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. It really helps out the YouTube channel. Just hit 1,600 subs. The growth is there. But yeah, you saw, okay, they're showing the Texas film. Third down here. A&M loves to blitz on third downs with safeties, linebackers. You can see Samford coming in. I mean, Matt Zollers never stood a chance against that one. So that's something Miami's got to be ready for today. And we saw it on the last third down. A&M blitzed. Yeah. A&M is the best third down defense in college football. 22% is what opposing teams are converting against them, which, again, is the best in college football. Their third down defense is incredible. They're very good. Malachi Tony's lined up in the backfield to start this play, and it's going to be a handoff to Tony. Left side, he gets a few yards there. So, you know, I respect the effort. They really are just trying to get number 10 the ball any way that they can. Screens, playing him at quarterback, playing him at Wildcat, just running the ball straight to him. I mean, they're trying to get this dude the ball, and they got 4 out of that carry, so not bad. Tony will go out at wide receiver on this 2nd down and 6. And here we go. Beck and the offense are at their own 38 after that run. A&M showing pressure. Beck well protected, going deep down the field, and he misses his man. Had a man open. It was Trader who had a step, but Beck airmails the throw in typical Carson Beck fashion. Yikes. Had him deep, play developed, play was there, and he just did not make that throw. And this is exactly where you want A&M wants you. Third down, where Mike Elko can get creative with his blitz packages and get creative with his defense. That's what this is all about. 3rd down and 6. Again, heavy winds in Kyle Field, making it tough to throw the football when you're going into the wind, which I believe that is where what Miami is tasked with doing here. 3rd and 6. A&M sending pressure. Beck's got to get rid of it. He's going to be sacked. The ball came out, and Miami got it back. Fletcher made the recovery, but A&M with a huge 3rd down sack. So 3rd down, once again, Miami has no answer. They send a couple guys on these blitzes up the middle, some loopers, and the ball got knocked out. A&M wasn't able to fall on it. Mark Fletcher with a nice heads-up play, but a great job by Mike Elko there. 4th and 12, and Miami will punt. A&M sent the house at him, and he nearly didn't get it. Oh my gosh, Concepcion! Casey Concepcion, I don't know how he held on to that football. He just got destroyed on the punt return. My goodness. Why would you not fair catch this? Why would you not fair catch that? That's just so dumb. But he got lit up right there at the end of this play. Oh my goodness. That's some physicality from the Hurricanes. I can't even lie. That's a huge hit. So, there you go. That's, again, props. He dropped the easy one earlier, but he got it back. And then right there, he drops that one. Or he didn't drop that one when he just got destroyed. Aggies will start at their own 30 now with the football. It's been a trade of punts early on in this game. 1st and 10 from the 30. It's Reed. Fakes the handoff. Trying to go downfield. And there goes Marcel Reed. Deep ball. And he got it to Craver! He bobbled it a bunch and he fumbled it at the end out of bounds. There's the big play that the Aggies offense has been waiting for all day. Craver right here adjusted, bobbled it, got possession, and then got it stripped from him out of bounds. What a play by Craver. He barely was able to hang on to that. That's a huge play for A&M. Owens right side. He's stuffed by the Miami defense on that one. That was the shot play they've been setting up all day, though. And Mario Craver finally makes the play that they've needed. Again, he's so fast. He's such an electric weapon, and that's a huge play. 2nd down and 9 coming up. That's the difference between Beck and Reed right now, is that Reed did turn the ball over, but Beck missed the deep ball, and Reed did not. Beautiful throw. So there you go. Reed with 100 yards passing today after that big completion. 2nd and 9 from the 10-yard line. And it's Reed looking left. He's going to step up and run. Marcel Reed, he's well contained. Throws to the end zone. Incomplete. He just threw that one away there. 3rd and 9 coming up. So Miami, if their defense can hold A&M to 3, that's definitely a big win for them right now in a game like this. They desperately need to hold them to 3. I mean, you give up a big play like that, that's pretty demoralizing, but then you just got to bend, don't break, and lock in and play good defense at the end of the play. Third and 9. Reed, 9 for 13, 100 yards. The counting stats don't look too terrible, or the accuracy, but he's missed a few bad ones. 3rd and 9 for the Aggies. What's the play going to be on 3rd down? Reed, 3-man rush coming. He checks it down underneath. It's caught. I believe it was hauled in by Terry Bussey, but a few yards short of that 1st down. And now A&M's got a decision to make here. I think Elko's just going to take 3. So here we go. A&M will have to kick 3. They're going with Zirkle over Bond because, again, Zirkle is 4 for 6 this season. And the one he missed against Texas was a blocked field goal. This is an easy chip shot, though. This is a 22-yard field goal for A&M. And this is to give them the first points of the day. The kick is on the way, and it's blocked. It's blocked by Miami. The Hurricanes are going to run it to the left side, and that is just another special teams kicking miscue by the Aggies. They just can't seem to figure out their field goal kicking. I mean, Zirkle clearly can't. I don't know, dude. Zirkle missed the field goal against Texas because he got blocked. So maybe it's just A&M. Maybe Zirkle just doesn't get enough elevation on these kicks. That was a 22-yard field goal. That is gimme points. And Zirkle gets it blocked right here by Miami. This was a low kick. It got blocked at the line. And the Hurricanes get no, or the Aggies get no points out of that drive, which is insane. That's just brutal. I mean, that was a great throw. Marcel Reed made a great throw. A great play by Craver to haul that one in. They had a great drive there, and they get no points out of it because of a blocked field goal. Oh, man, yeah. Neither of these teams can kick at all right now. If you are listening, be sure to kick the subscribe button. Oklahoma last night, Tate Sandell, best kicker in the nation, the Lou Groza Award, misses 2 field goals. And, yeah, A&M's kicking game has been awful all year. We've seen it. They're probably their biggest issue. And, yeah. Yeah, them not having a kicker, I mean, it's been Zirkle who can't get his elevation and Bond who just can't make field goals. Yeah, I don't know. That was crazy. I cannot believe it was a 22-yard field goal, for goodness sakes, bro. And he got it blocked. That's just ridiculous. Anyways, A&M Miami is going to be in bad field position, so that's the only saving grace out of that. Miami is in bad field position because they tried to return the kick for whatever reason. They got excited, I guess. They're like, ooh, ball. Let me return this. It was a clean kicking operation. The kick had no elevation on it, and it got blocked by, I think that was Ruben Bain. That's just a killing miss right now for the Aggies, who, again, just have not had any success kicking field goals this year. Between Bond and Zirkle, they both stink. They used their kicker for 3 years before this, Bond was, and then he got benched because he's been terrible. 1st and 10, handoff to Fletcher up the middle. Mark Fletcher has a first down and a huge run there for Miami. Again, the ground game is working. They've got to stick with it. Fletcher's got 3 carries for 34 yards. He's averaging 11 yards per carry. Bond is warming up over there with the kicking stick, or looks like he's about to, so maybe he'll be the one to kick later in the game if the Aggies have more fields. I bet he'd kick if it was long range, to be honest. He'd definitely be the long range guy. He's 11 for 18 on the year, though, which is the worst percentage in the SEC. And Beck checks it out to Malachi Tony, and he's spun down out of in the backfield. Nice job by the Aggies. They're all up on that right now. Yeah. That's what Elko said, is that if one kicker does lose confidence, he will go straight to the other one, and that's Randy Bond right now. He is the other one, so he's going to get a chance. I don't get why Miami just ran that play again. Run the football. You're having so much success. 2nd and 11, man in motion. And it's going to be another handoff. Fletcher goes through the middle, and he gets a few yards there before being brought down. That should have been the first down play. I don't get why you would throw the screen. They're trying to get Tony the ball so bad. It's extremely obvious. Third and 8. And again, this is where A&M thrives. 3rd down and 8. Beck checks the play at the line. They only have 3 seconds, and they're going to have to call another timeout. Did they take the delay game, or did they call their final timeout? They're going to take the delay game, I guess. Wow. Yeah, Miami just looks so confused. I mean, why are you going up to the line and checking a play when there's like 5 seconds left in the play clock? Third and 13. Beck takes the snap. Blitz is coming. Beck looking, getting rid of the football out in the flat. And A&M's 3rd down defense does the job again. So 4th down and 9. If you guys listen, be sure to click the sub button. A&M's defense does it again. And they'll punt the ball. Miami sends this one. Concepcion hauls that one in. It's been an adventure for him. Or that's Bussy now, actually, who is back to receive that one. So I think A&M's getting the ball back. I think Mike Elko made a good decision with that one. I mean, Casey's dropped a punt, and then he got lit up. You don't want your best wide receiver to get, or him or Craver, I mean, 1A, 1B type of deal there. But you don't want one of your best players to, you don't want one of your best players to be getting drilled on special teams. I think it's probably for the best what they're doing right now. So it's been a game of punts and just, I don't know. A&M has outplayed Miami early on. Miami just hasn't really had any sort of offense going besides when they run the football, which they keep going away from. Um, but for the most part, it's just been A&M getting down there. They made some good plays offensively, and then they keep shooting themselves in the foot. Marcel Reed's fumble, the blocked field goal. I mean, just little things like that that are, that's just how it is. Yeah, so if y'all listen, click the sub button. Again, really helps out the YouTube channel, helps out the algorithm, helps out the channel. So I appreciate it. But yeah, it's been a game where A&M has outgained Miami. A game where A&M has just dominated on defense. Their defense has been elite today. Um, Beck has 8 yards passing right now. But they're averaging 9 yards per carry with Mark Fletcher Jr. and they just aren't giving him the ball more. They keep trying to get Malachi Tony the ball, and then they set them. Usually, what they do is they get a first down with Fletcher early on in the drive, like the first play, they get a first down. Then they try to pass, and it's either they lose yards or it's incomplete or something. They try to get Tony the ball, they get nothing. Then what they do after that, they miss a pass on second down, and then they bring up a third and long, and boom. Nothing you can do after that. And then you're in a third and long, and A&M's defense is elite on third down, and you get stuffed. I mean, it's like, I don't get the plan offensively for Miami right now. Stick with the ground game until they stop it. Stop trying to throw the ball and throw screens to Tony. Like, they're all over it. They've identified Tony, and they're shutting him down. I digress. A&M with the football, 8:16 to go in the second quarter. They have the ball inside the 30 after the punt. They've outgained Miami by almost 100 full yards, but yet it's still tied. They're throwing 28. Reed will go to Owens. He's dancing in the backfield and before being stuffed by the Hurricanes, who have done a good job in these running game situations. Again, Owens and Moss getting similar amounts of carries right now, both getting a couple here and there. So Moss is clearly just not, I don't know. I guess it's just not going for Le'Veon Moss right now. I don't know. Here we go, second down and 10. Miami. The 10-2 Hurricanes versus the 11-1 Aggies. Second down and 10. Marcel Reed in shotgun. And Reed, they'll go back to the ground game up the middle. There's Ruben Owens with a solid run of about 8 yards. So that's a good Ruben Owens run right there. I don't know if Miami was quite expecting it. And that's a really good play. Third down coming up. It's going to be third and short, but a lot more manageable. And now we'll see what they call here. It's going to be third and short, third and 2, 8 yards, yep. And Owens kind of limping off the field. Definitely not what you want to see if you're the Aggies. They have E.J. Smith, son of Emmitt Smith, out there on this third down and short. Aggies are 3 for 6 on third down today. Craver's in motion, and a flag comes out here. And we'll see the officials come together. What's going to be the call? Probably going to be a false start on the A&M, and it is. Elko looks frustrated. It was on number 71 for the Aggies. Which alignment is that? That's the left guard, Chase Basantis, who gets that penalty. And just like that, you go from a third and short to a third and 7. A lot tougher. So if you're Miami, you got to watch out for the Marcel Reed scramble. That is the big one right now. The Reed scrambles are the killer. He's been so good today in the scrambling drill. And you gotta do that. You gotta be ready for that if it gets to a point where he doesn't have anyone open. Third and 7. Borkshire in motion. Borkshire, the tight end, in motion. And here we go. 3rd and 7. Reed. Just a pass out to E.J. Smith, who makes a man miss, but he's tripped up from behind. He made a great move to make a man miss, and it looked like E.J. Smith was going to have a first down easily after a great move, but he was taken for down from behind, and A&M is going to have to punt. Oh, E.J., I thought he had the first down, but the shoestring tackle, what a play by Lightfoot, the defensive back, to make that tackle. That was going to be a first down and more for EJ. The winner will face the Ohio State Buckeyes in the next round of the playoffs. That's an exciting matchup. And A&M is going to punt the football. Tyler White, a little bit of a knuckler. And Toney to return it. Again, he is one of the most dangerous players in the sport. Malachi Toney to make a man miss. Malachi Toney down the sideline. Malachi Toney tripped up at the 25. He nearly went all the way. But he's gonna be... Oh man, he had green grass ahead. He got tripped up from behind. But either way, a massive return for Miami. And Toney is obviously extremely frustrated. He was so close to a touchdown. Malachi Toney, that's his first big play of the day. He gets to the outside, and Malachi Toney is the best athlete on the field 95% of the time. He gets a great block, but a tackle right there. He just got shoestring tackled from behind. I think it was Ratcliffe who made the tackle. He just kind of trips up on his own feet there because of that Ratcliffe contact. Did he even get him? He did. He clipped his leg and then got him right there. That's a game. That could be a game-saving tackle in a game where it's been all about defense. From the 25, Fletcher with the run, left side, stopped. But again, Ratcliffe deserves all the praise in the world because he just saved a touchdown. That is an unbelievable play by Marcus Ratcliffe, by the way. That is unbelievable. 2nd down and 9 with 5:20 to go. Second down and 9. Again, they're trying to get that run game. They didn't get anything on that play. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Empty look here for Miami and Beck. Toney now in motion. They flip it to him. Malachi Toney stuffed at the line of scrimmage by A&M. And that's why that Ratcliffe tackle is so important, because now it's 3rd and long. Third and 8 here. Again, this is where A&M's defense thrives. Here we go. 2 seconds on the play clock. They send pressure. Beck, he is going to be sacked. A&M is just dominating on 3rd down per usual. 4th down coming up, and they'll have to kick 3. So Malachi Toney... Miami has a 47-yard field goal. Kick is on the way, and it's drifting. No good! That's a big missed field goal right there. Neither team able to knock it through again. The wind in Kyle Field had a big effect on that one. And so Miami started in great field position. Oh, no. So after the return from Tony, things were looking good for Miami with great field position, but the sack from on Carson Beck again, you get A&M's defense going, and yeah, I mean it's just what they do. It is just what they do. A&M's third down defense is the best in college football. Elko's so good at dialing up that third down pressure, and there you go. I mean, wow. John Summerall, the new coach of the Florida Gators, getting ready to coach will most likely be his final game at Tulane. Um, Tulane is looking for their first win versus a ranked SEC opponent since 1984. Yikes! Big yikes on that one, boys. So A&M gets the turnover, and now Marcel Reed to run it himself. And again, that's been A&M's best offense today, besides a couple plays, a couple of big passing plays. It's been the Marcel Reed scramble. 0-0 football game with 3:20 left. And it's Reed in shotgun. Handoff up the middle. Le'Veon Moss just gets stuffed there. Miami again against the running backs. They've been great today against this Miami O-line. Second down and 8. Again, it's 0-0. Both offenses have had some struggles, but A&M has just failed to execute when they've been on these good drives. Here's Marcel Reed dropping back. Pressure comes. He throws that ball behind Casey Concepcion, or that's Mario Craver. He threw it behind him, but Craver was able to catch it and run upfield and get good yardage out of that. So that is, again, what makes Mario Craver so dangerous. They call him Super Mario, right? I mean, he is so fast, bro. Clock is ticking down near the 2-minute warning, though. This game's gone by really fast because there just hasn't been many incompletions, I mean, there just hasn't been many downfield passing plays. It's been a lot of running the football and things like that. So, anyways, the clock, I think A&M's just, they're going to let this one run down to the 2-minute warning, and it'll be a 3rd down and 4 for the Aggies after the 2-minute warning. Yeah, it's just been A&M's been better, but they've just had those turnovers. But Malachi Tony, that was a great play by Ratcliffe, and that ended up saving 7 points. Yikes. Yeah, so if you guys are listening again, be sure to click that sub button. A&M, well, the big third down coming up. It's been a 0 points have been scored in this half. That's the game it's been. It's been 0 points. A&M's had the bigger plays. I mean, they've hit, that Mario Craver big catch. It looked like that was when the game was finally going to break open, but then Jared Zirkle got his kick blocked, and well, now it's just A&M is on another drive because, again, Miami had a good drive after, well, not a good drive. They had a good return from Malachi Toney on the punt. But what could end up being a game-saving tackle by Marcus Ratcliffe. That tackle was huge. I mean, I don't know. He barely got a piece of him. Whatever it was, the pressure, whatever happened, Malachi Toney tripped up on his own feet and ended up costing Miami points because they got nothing out of that. Not even a field goal. I mean, it's very simple. Miami is just living in third downs, and A&M's defense dominates in third downs. That's just how it works. Third down defense is A&M's strength. They just keep blitzing. They keep sending pressure. And Carson Beck, I mean, the guy is just getting sacked every single time or getting pressured. I mean, it ain't going great for them. Third down and 4 for the Aggies. They're at their own 46-yard line. Reed, can he make a big conversion here after the 2-minute warning? Aggies have all their timeouts left. 3rd and 4. Reed dropping back, has time, checking it down, incomplete. He was looking for E.J. Smith out of the backfield. It's incomplete, 4th down, and we'll see what A&M does here. They are near midfield. Looks like their offense is going to come off the field. Elko is going to try and get field position and trust his defense. And I'm going to strongly assume that the punt is going to go away from Malachi Toney. Not a great throw there from Marcel Reed on that 3rd down. And again, we'll see what Miami does here. Do they go try to blitz up and try to get a blocked punt against Tyler White, or do they give Malachi Toney another opportunity? A&M special teams has been very poor today. We'll see what Miami does on 4th down and 4. Would they fake it in this situation? That'd be crazy. They do. They faked it! Oh, it's incomplete! They tried the fake! Elko tried the fake! Oh my goodness, they faked the punt. Mike Elko living dangerous. And it did not work out. Tyler White actually put a decent ball out there. Ratcliffe couldn't come down with it. And now Miami gets it at the A&M 46. They're outgained by 130 yards right now, by the way. 175 to 45. First play of the drive, handoff, Mark Fletcher up the middle, and Miami's O-line gave him a couple yards, nothing else. I can't believe that they just did that. I mean, if you get that first down, you get that conversion, I mean, you're golden, right? But that is just a ridiculous fake punt. I guess they were at midfield, so you know what? It's not as bad of a decision. It just didn't work out. If it did, Mike Elko's a freaking genius, right? So, 2nd down and 7. Again, can they keep Miami in 3rd and longs? Toney in motion. They run it to Fletcher, right side. He is stuffed. A&M's run defense struggled early. Now they're everywhere. 3rd down. So, hey, you know what? Mike Elko's that confident in his defense regardless. And guess what? Miami's now in a 3rd and long. They've had no success today offensively. 3rd downs. What is their 3rd down conversions today? How many 3rd downs have they converted today? It's 3rd down and 8 for Miami. Albert Regis was the one who made the tackle. Great job by him there to blow that play up. Miami's taking a lot of time down. They don't want to give A&M. They have zero confidence. They're going to convert this probably. Play clock down to 5. Beck motions. Timeout. I think Elko and A&M are going to call that one. I don't know if they just didn't like the way their defense looked. I mean, because if they wanted to get the ball back, they probably should have called that timeout way earlier. I just cannot believe that they actually just faked that point. Like I said, it was a possibility, but wow. I mean, I think that was actually a good throw by A&M's punter. He put the ball out there. I think if it was a wide receiver instead of Ratcliffe trying to make that catch, I think that that's probably completed. Third and 8 coming up. Here we go. Third down and 8 for Miami. They have 32 seconds left in the half. One timeout to work with. They're 0 for 5 on third down today. Split backfield look. Tony motioning inside. And A&M sends heat. It's Beck stepping up, going down the field. And underthrown football, but it's caught by C.J. Daniels for the first down. They can zoom the camera out. I could barely tell that it was completed. And now Miami's hurrying up to the line of scrimmage with 25 seconds left. Daniels, his first catch of the day. 1st and 10 from the 30 now. Clock is ticking way down. And they're just going to probably run one more play. Beck left side, pass high and juggled. Was it caught? Yes, it was. They got out of bounds. Elijah Lofton. With 10 seconds to go, they got out of bounds. The clock is going to stop. Oh, they're waving it off? Okay. Let's see. The ball deflects. He juggled it, and that's a close call. They're going to definitely look at this on replay. If you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. It really helps out the YouTube channel, so please click the sub button and like it up. Like up the stream. A&M, it's going to be a review here, so we'll see if Miami gets the extra field position. Again, those yards could be critical. They're kicking into the wind. He bobbles the football. He corrals it right there. Drags that toe. I think that's a catch. It does survive going to the ground. Yep. I think this is a catch. Again, I'm biased. I'm a Texas fan. I don't want A&M to win. But like right there, if he secures it and drags that toe, I think he might be a catch. It's close. Where he gets possession like right there, and then he's got that foot already on the left foot is already on the ground. I think this is going to be a catch, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Matt Austin, the rules expert, says. Yeah, so Matt also agrees it should be a catch. I mean, first of all, great job to have the body control to keep both that left foot dragging. And yeah, there you go. That's just a good catch, I think. I think he did a good job. He secured it, and then he was able to drag that left foot down. I think this is going to be a catch. And again, he survived the ground as well, completed the process of the catch. I think it's going to be overturned. And then what will Miami do after that? I don't know. There's 10 seconds left. They only have one timeout. Do you run the ball, try to get the ball closer and on the whatever hash your kicker prefers it on, and then just go from there? So they've overturned the call to a completed pass, 11 seconds, so they add one more second to the game clock as well. So I think that's probably why the review took a little longer, is because they had to check to make sure the game clock was right. 2nd down and 2, 10 seconds to play, or 11 seconds to play in the second quarter. Miami with a timeout at their disposal. Do they go to the end zone and try for a shot, or do they run the ball, get the ball in the kicker's best spot, and go for the field goal? We'll see what Cristobal and this Miami team do. They're at the A&M 22-yard line on the left hash at the moment. We'll see what they do. Pressure's coming. Beck going deep all the way to the end zone. He overthrew Daniels by a mile. 7 seconds left. So that play took 4 seconds off the clock. 3rd and 2. You have one more play if you choose to use it. And we'll see what Miami does again. They went for the shot. Beck threw it where no one could get it. And now, again, the kicker, they did miss from 47. And again, the wind is brutal at Kyle Field today. This would be such a Miami thing, though, to completely mismanage the clock and like get nothing out of this. That'd be so Miami. Play clock is winding down, by the way, to 10 seconds, and they've just gotten out of the huddle. They got to get up there and get the snap off. 5 seconds on the play clock. 3 seconds. They get it off late. It's going to be a Beck fire deep to the end zone. Oh, nope, it's out of bounds. Okay, good decision. That was useless. You just took time off. 3 seconds left, and you keep the timeout with you. So now This will decide whether there's a score going into halftime or whether there is no score. Miami missed their first field goal. Davis, their kicker, Carter Davis, missed his first one from 47 yards. This is from 40, 7 yards closer from the left hash. Will it make a difference? 10 seconds on this play clock. They got to get this going. And here we go. From 40. Kick is on the way, and he missed it by a mile. So Miami will get the ball to start the second half, but clearly some serious kicking issues. My goodness, that kick wasn't even close. The second the kick left his foot, it just went all the way to the right. And again, wasn't even close. I think this gave a nice souvenir. So Elko and the Aggies, they faked the punt. It didn't work out, but it doesn't even end up mattering because Miami can't kick. And that really makes me question Cristobal's decision there at the end of that half. Why not run the ball? I mean, let's be real. If that was your play call, if those were your last two plays were just, throwing the ball out like that, I mean, what is the decision there? Why not run the ball, try to get a few yards closer, and kick a closer field goal? You had a timeout, and you didn't end up using it. Again, the wind in Kyle Field has made a massive impact on this game. Miami and A&M going to halftime tied at 0-0. It has been an ugly football game. Yikes! This game has been just gross, man. CFP history. This is the first scoreless first half in college football playoff history. Wow. Yeah, this game is straight sucked. Look, I don't know. It's just ridiculous. This half's been terrible. If you are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button, honestly, for the fact that I had to sit through that half, because that was brutal. Both of these teams just have not played great. It's a windy, miserable game. No one can make a field goal. No one can do anything out there, to be honest. It's just been so bad. Yikes, man. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Yeah, that game, I mean, again, what's Carson Beck? How many yards does Carson Beck have passing at this half? He's made like one throw this entire game. That was the Daniels completion. 31 yards passing. Fletcher has 40 yards rushing. And then you got, Miami's leading receiver has 14 yards. That was that one completion to Daniels. Malachi Toney with 3 receptions for -1 yards and 6 yards on the ground. So credit to A&M's defense. They've done a great job today. Both teams have had their opportunities to score, and they've resulted in missed field goals. Carter Davis, man, yikes. Yeah, that half was brutal. Again, y'all listen, click the sub button. I have no idea who's going to win this game. I'm leaning A&M just because I think that their offensive production's more sustainable. They've actually had offensive production in this game. That's been the thing. A&M has been able to push the ball down the field a little bit, right? Like, they've actually been able to get the ball on the field a little bit. Miami's had more success in the ground game than A&M, but it hasn't mattered because Miami refuses to run the ball on a consistent basis. They just keep trying to pass. That's why, like, Notre Dame would be doing better in this game than Miami, because Notre Dame they don't care. They'll keep running the ball until it stops working. Miami's they keep trying to force passes down the field. They keep trying to throw screens, and I get it. You want to get Toney the football. But it's like, what? It's not working. A&M's on everything that you're doing with Toney right now. And as for A&M, like, their offense is very, Marcel Reed just keeps missing throws. That's the issue. He made one really nice deep ball throw to Mario Craver that got him in it. But aside from that, like it's really just been it's been ugly. It's been really, really ugly. Um, Again, it's a windy game. Passing the ball is harder. I get that, but it's like, yeah, neither of these teams have any sort of offense right now. A&M had that big play, ended up with the blocked field goal. Miami's missed 2 field goals on the other end, one of them being a 40-yarder. And then again, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. Like that kick never had a chance. So it's all yikes, man. It really is just all yikes in Kyle Field right now. It's just been a really ugly half of football. I have not enjoyed it one bit. It has sucked. It's been terrible. Um, if I had to predict, I would think that A&M would win this game because, like I said, I feel like their offense is more sustainable. And Miami blew their chance at points. Malachi Tony had it. He had a touchdown. He had it. He had a free green grass and he tripped up. And that was the difference between 7 and 0. And in a game like this, that matters so much. But yeah, if you are listening, click the sub button. Leave some leave something in the chat for me. I guess I don't know. I'm kind of bored here. Nothing else to do. Again, just a really bad first half of football. Who you got? Oh nah, yeah, as A&M better win. My girlfriend loves Miami so much. Yeah, well, I'm a huge Texas fan, so I hate A&M. I do not like A&M at all, and I hope that they lose. But I don't know. Miami's offensive production just isn't there right now. Carson Beck has nothing going. The A&M defense has been great today. Marcel Reed, yeah, this throw right here to Mario Craver, that was the big play that they finally had go their way. But neither of these teams are beating Ohio State. Not with the way that they're playing today. Zero chance that they're winning playing Ohio State like this. But yeah, I think A&M's gonna win though. That's who I got. I got A&M. I think they're gonna figure it out. They just looked better. Again, they had that good first couple drives of the game where they just shot themselves in the foot. Miami, on the other hand, they're running the ball decently, but they can't. They refuse to stick with it. And it is Malachi Tony return, man. This was the one right here. They needed this. They got the block. They had a good block there on the sideline. He was gone. And then that trip up, again, with nobody in front of him. And he goes down at the 25. And then guess what? They end up getting sacked, and their kicker misses the field goal, which the wind was ridiculous on that field goal. But that's simply both special teams today have been awful. A&M faked the punt, and that's just a very risky throw. Honestly, I don't hate the decision. It didn't end up mattering. I think, I don't know, he just kind of lofted that one. And then, yeah, this last field goal never stood a chance. Never stood a chance at all. So, Miami with only 69 yards of total offense in the first half. Meanwhile, on A&M side, it's just been a sloppy game from them as well. Turnovers, some critical penalties here and there. It's been ugly. It's truly been an ugly football game. Again, this is the first scoreless half of football in college football playoff history. Again, I don't know. Again, reason why I'm choosing A&M is because I think, first of all, Miami has not made a single, I feel like, adjustment to their third down defense. Like, it's the same thing every time. It's blitz, blitz, blitz. And I'll give Mike Elko credit for disguising where it's coming from. But it's like you should just max protect every single third down. You know what's coming. And it just turns into a sack. Like, I think, how many times has A&M sacked Beck today? Like, a lot, I believe. I think at least like 4 or 5 times. One of them was a strip sack. They got very lucky. Good job, Mark Fletcher, for recovering that. Where do I see that? How many sacks they have? A&M has only have 2 sacks, really, and none of them are Cassius. I thought they had more than that. They had like 4, bro. That's what it feels like. Feels like they're sacking the dude every third down. These are the third down plays for Miami today. I want to go through this because, again, I have nothing else to talk about at halftime other than like the other matchups today and the game last night that I streamed, which the game last night. The games today are probably all going to suck because it's G5 teams versus SEC and Big Ten, realistically, right? So, anyways, let's look at Miami's third down plays. Incompletion on the first drive. Second drive when they punted, it was a 1 yard. Oh, that screen pass to Tony that they blew up. Then 6 yard sack. I say it was Cassius Howell, but then it said he had no sacks in the thing. Not tripping. Next drive they punted. Their third down was actually a 4 yard completion. Okay. And then the first missed field goal drive, a 6 yard sack from Dalton Brooks. And then the last drive, the third down, was just a throwaway. So it's pretty much been that all day. Like they just have had no third down success. I'm seeing very little conversions here. I don't think they have one. Or maybe they do have that one to CJ Daniels. That's it. Notre Dame would beat both these teams. That's the thing. Notre Dame lost to both of these teams. That's why they're not in the playoffs. Notre Dame could not beat either of these teams. Yikes. Miami would not be in the playoffs right now if they didn't beat Notre Dame. All right, well, halftime will be over soon. I'm going to take a little break. You guys click the sub button if you enjoy what you're listening to. And, yeah, we'll be back for the second half here shortly. So catch y'all then. All right. So here we go. Almost time for the second half. It's about 10 minutes away from the second half starting, so I don't know. I guess I'll just yap it up here for a little bit as we wait for that all to start. If you guys are listening, by the way, again, I do like asking. Can you guys click the sub button again? It really, really helps out the channel. Helps me grow. So again, if you enjoyed listening to, plus I'm be streaming a lot more college football. I'll be streaming a lot more college football coming up, and NFL and all football. So yeah, be sure to click the sub button if you enjoy. We got some time here before this first half. So again, I don't know if y'all have anything to say in the chat. Let me know about anything: college football, fantasy football, NFL, whatever. I'm always down to talk ball. My fantasy team is in the playoffs. I have one player going tonight. I have DJ Moore. He has a very favorable matchup today because the Packers, first of all, aren't the greatest at defending receivers from what I've heard. And also, no Rome Odunze or Luther Burden. They're both ruled out for tonight's game, which means DJ is the number one receiving target on that offense. So huge for me. And then my opponent has DeAndre Swift. I'm currently favored to win. I'm the favorite to win this game, so hopefully I can go out and get a dub and advance to my league's championship. I'm really excited. Again, I've been looking forward to this fantasy playoffs. I have a really good team this year. Y'all let me know in the comments. I got Josh Allen as my quarterback, best QB in fantasy. You already know Josh is elite. Then we got the three-headed monster at running back with Bijan, Bucky Irving, and Travion Henderson. Y'all already know what Travion Henderson can do when he goes crazy. I'm hoping for a big trade performance this week. I was on bye last week when he dropped 40. So I hope that he can keep that up when I'm actually playing. And, Bucky's return has been huge. He's a good piece. Mike Evans is finally back from injury, and he has come back and taken the Bucs' number one wide receiver role, which is huge, right? I mean, that's huge for me because Mike Evans has not been healthy, and I've had to start a lot of receivers that aren't very good, quite frankly, if we're being honest here. Khalil Shakir, not a reliable option. Jordan Addison, definitely not a reliable option. And Adonai Mitchell, definitely not a reliable option. So now I have Mike Evans back. And so him and DJ Moore, honestly, a very solid duo for me. Jake Ferguson at tight end. Travion Henderson's my flex. So this is a very solid team. I've had a good regular season. I went 10-4 in the regular season, earned the number 2 seed. And this is my first playoff game. So like I said, wish me luck, y'all. Wish me luck in the playoffs. Right now, my opponent has only had one guy play. Colby Parkinson put up a 4-point stinker on Thursday night against the Seahawks. And so tonight, it'll be a DJ Moore versus DeAndre Swift battle. Again, I'm favored to win. They got Josh Allen favored to outscore Dak. Bijan favored to outscore James Cook. Bucky to outscore DeAndre Swift. And then Jamar Chase, he's got Jamar Chase projected to outscore Mike Evans. And Ladd McConkey and DJ Moore are pretty even. Fergie's projected about 10 for me. And then defenses and kickers, whatever. I mean, we all know projections don't mean jack, though, in fantasy football. Someone could be projected 15 and they go off for 35. I mean, Travion, had 40 last week. He was probably projected like 15. So, yeah, I mean, it's just how it is. But yeah, that's the fantasy football talk for me for me right here. And then we got college football. Man, I streamed the Oklahoma game last night again. I've made it very clear today I'm a Texas fan. We can probably guess who I was rooting for last night. I was rooting for Bama. They were down 17. I was really mad. I was like, what the heck is going on? Why are y'all playing so bad? They locked the frick in, and they beat OU. They belted OU, to be honest, and yeah. Start of the third quarter is approaching here, though, in Kyle Field. But yeah, Alabama capitalized for me on my first hate watch of the college football playoffs. There will be many more to come. One of them is right now. This hate watching with the Texas A&M Aggies versus the Miami Hurricanes. I'm hoping Hurricanes can get it done. Miami, though, put up a stinker first half. And honestly, the whole half from both teams was stinker. Miami with 69 total yards is the fewest in a first half in college football playoff history. A decade of CFP games. No team's ever been that bad on offense. 3 missed field goals. Also a CFP record. So just a whole lot of crap out there on that field today. But if there's one thing we do know, it's going to be a crazy second half because you know what? This game, anybody can take this game, right? At the end of the day. Here we go. They have not been able to get Malachi Tony involved today. Well, they have tried, but they just haven't been able to get him involved too much, and it hasn't worked out. If you guys are listening, click the subscribe button, and okay, the wind already playing in effect, the ball rolling over off the kicking tee to start this second half. But here we go. Texas A&M, Miami. Second half of the college football playoffs. If game 2 of the CFP is here, and here we go. 15 minutes of football remaining in the third quarter, and then it's 30 minutes total. Yeah. All right, here we go. Bond to kickoff. A&M will hold this kick, no T, and here we go. Second half underway here from Kyle Field in College Station, and Miami will get it. Again, a brutal first half for the Miami offense. Literally could do nothing right, pretty much. They missed multiple field goals. Beck was inaccurate. The run game was tragic. Man, that kick was all wind. Oh my gosh. That first field goal. Yeah, there was a lot. They're showing all the special teams miscues. 3 missed field goals combined, and then A&M's fake punt, and then Miami's return, big return. It's been crappy special teams, to be honest. Here we go. Second half of football underway between the Hurricanes and the Aggies. Winner advances to play Ohio State. Loser is eliminated. From the 25, they start with a pass from Beck. Goes right side. Pass is caught. First down, C.J. Daniels. So Daniels, the talented transfer wide receiver from LSU, had a huge touchdown in week 1 against Notre Dame. That's his claim of fame. And just like that, second catch of the day for 30 yards. And I think that's pretty much about as many passing yards as Beck has had today. They're already up to the 40, though, on that first play. And now Beck, left side slinging it, goes to a man. It's complete. First down, Marion makes the cut. And Keelan Marion across midfield. And all of a sudden, the Miami offense has moved it more in 2 plays than they have all game, pretty much. Keelan Marion, his second reception for 23 yards. So the quick game from the Miami offense has gotten the job done these first couple plays. Beck now up to 66 yards passing after had 24 in the first half or some really low number. It was embarrassing. Just like that, they're already across midfield. They're at the Texas A&M 40. Aggies trying to make something happen. They run a reverse here to Marion, who is going to be stuffed in the backfield by the Aggies. Searcy Jr. read that reverse like a book, and an easy stoppage in the backfield right there. They fake the run to Fletcher. Searcy with some great eye discipline, and then makes the tackle. So Miami, that's how you stall a drive right there. That was moving promisingly. You lose 4 yards on a first down. Now you're behind the chains. A&M defense with 6 tackles for loss and 2 sacks today. They have been elite today. Shout out Mike Elko. His defense has been great. Bunch of 4 to the right side here for Beck. What's the play call going to be? Beck looks left. Isolation pass caught by Marion, who stays upright and ends up getting a lot of yards there. So they isolate a one-on-one matchup on the left side of the field. Beck trusts his guy to win here on the slant. Marion does, makes the catch, and shakes off Des Ricks for an extra yard there. Well, he doesn't shake him off. I guess he just, dragged him a bit. So it makes it a 3rd down and manageable. It'll be 3rd down and what's the exact distance? Waiting for it. 3rd and 4. Here we go. 3rd down and 4. Miami's 1 for 7 on 3rd down today. It has not been a good day against the number 1 3rd down defense in college football. A handoff to Fletcher. He's through the left side. Mark Fletcher inside the 10-yard line. And there's that Miami run game that's had success today. They go to it on 3rd down, and Fletcher breaks free for a big gain. They pull a tight end over the left side to seal the edge, and that's all it took. Fletcher bounced it through. Again, he doesn't have that type of explosiveness like that to go home run there, but either way, Miami set up at the 10. 1st and goal. A&M late substitution. They get him off the field. Huge opportunity for Beck in their offense, and all of a sudden we got all sorts of miscommunication. We got a timeout. That is not ideal for A&M right here to have to burn a timeout in the beginning of this half. Again, those timeouts could really matter in a game like this, but unfortunately for A&M, they just had to burn one right there. So commercial break, you know what that means? Another plug. Can you guys click the subscribe button if you enjoyed what you're listening to? Please, please, please. Really helps out the channel a lot. Click the sub button. Help me out. Yeah, cool stuff. Cool. Appreciate y'all. So yeah, Trayvon Diggs just got activated. Wow, shocked. Anyways, yeah, there you go right there. That is a huge play right there from Miami. That third down, and there you go. I mean, that is a huge play. A&M's defense has been great today, but this drive, they've gotten beat down the field here, and now they've got to come up with a goal line stand. So there you go. This is a huge goal line sequence, but A&M having to burn a timeout there is critical, in my opinion. I think that's huge. To not have your defense subbed and lined up properly on a goal line sequence, and again, at the end of this game, that could be a big timeout. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, we'll see what happens, though. This is a huge goal line sequence, again, in a game that there's been 0 points scored. Miami got to take advantage of this drive that they're having. They're doing really well. Big run by Fletcher, some big-time completions. Again, that second down and 14 play call was the big play where you just bunch everybody out to the right and then leave a one-on-one matchup, and Marion wins. You got to trust your skill guys. Miami in the first half had 69 yards of total offense. On this drive alone, 65. And if they get in the end zone, they will officially have outgained their whole first half total. So that's pretty crazy stuff. They've had 3 plays of 15 plus on this drive. The completion to Daniels, the completion to Marion, and then that run by Fletcher. Here we go. It will be a first down and goal from the 10. Beck running out wide. And here we go. It's Malachi Tony Wildcat up the middle. He gets a few yards. He gets 3 to be exact. So it'll bring up a second down and goal from the 7. And that is, wow. I mean, again, we've seen Miami go with that Tony look a couple times today, and there it is. That is just, again, they've used Tony in a variety of ways today. And there it is. They use him in Wildcat. They try to confuse A&M. They do a good job up front, though. Second and goal from the 7 now. Trying to make life a little easier. Second and goal. Beck drops back. Middle. End zone. He sails it incomplete. Had nobody open. Great coverage on the back end by A&M. And here we go. Third and goal. This is where A&M makes their magic. Their defense is so good, and what a great drive it's been for Miami today on this opening sequence of the half. But now you're backed up into a third and long. You just incompletions like that are just bad. Here we go. Third down and goal for Carson Beck and the Miami offense. From the 7. Trio look to the left. Fletcher in the backfield. Beck takes the snap. 4-man rush. He's going to step up and run. Carson Beck taken down at about the 2 or 3 yard line. 4th and goal. And decision time for Cristobal as Albert Regis made the tackle to save a touchdown. And I think that's what Cristobal is going to do. He's going to take his easy 3. I mean, if you're Miami, that hurts, right? Like, you had a great drive. You did everything right. to get down the field, and you're going to just have to settle. But you know what? In a game where points are at a premium and where it's been all about the defense, you can't afford to get nothing, right? This is about as easy of a field goal as you're going to have. 21 yards from Carter Davis. And he gets that one to go through. 3-0 lead. Finally, points have been scored in this game, and it's the Hurricanes who get on the board first. So I think if you're A&M, that was definitely not the type of drive you wanted to have from your defense at halftime. But at the end of the day, the fact that you at least held them to 3, that's big. That really is big. Gives your offense a chance to regroup and get back out there. I think that is big. I think that was really big for them to hold him to 3 there. Yeah, this upcoming drive for A&M is huge. Again, you got to respond to what Miami just did. If you guys listen, click that subscribe button. Big second half. Again, it's anybody's game. That's the only exciting part of this game is that either team can win. Because again, it's been a close game. But yeah, Miami's got to be disappointed. They did not get 7 out of that drive that they had. Such a good drive. I mean, really, they did great. They made a lot of completions and things like that. They really did. But they just could not get in the end zone. I think that's going to matter. Well, we'll see, though. Like I said, A&M has a huge drive ahead of them. Marcel Reed did have a better first half than Carson Beck, but now it doesn't really matter. It's who has a better second half, right? Reed had 113 yards in the first half, 12 for 17. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but when you saw some of the throws he missed, it was bad. Also, the big Le'Veon Moss return, 5 carries for 10 yards in the first half. Does he get a bigger role in the second half? We'll see. Reed had 39 yards rushing, so, I mean, he had a good first half on the ground. That was definitely something that he did a good job of, in my opinion, but whatever. It doesn't even, again, we'll see what they do offensively to start this half. I don't think either team really trusts their quarterback, but I think Cristobal and them are just going to keep rolling with Beck and hope that he can just keep slinging it and hope for the best, I guess. He doesn't turn it over. The one thing is, Mark Fletcher needs to... I don't understand why on that goal line sequence Fletcher didn't get a single touch. He had a great carry to get you down to the 10, and then you go Wildcat, and then you pass it twice. Give him the ball, dude. I just don't... I feel like Miami fans are probably frustrated about that. Why is Four not getting it? He's had a good game. He's averaging a ton of yards per carry. Give the guy a chance, man. Either way, 10.5 minutes to play in this game. Or in this third quarter. My bad, not the game. I'm an idiot. Third quarter. 10.5 to play in the third. A&M down 3-0. First points of the game. Hallelujah. They've finally been scored. And now it's the Aggies' turn here to get the ball. Both teams are having their having holders on the kickoff because the wind is just blowing the ball off the tees. And here we go. This ball will go down the field and into the end zone. Touchback. Aggies will have it. So it's been a tale of 2 stories from Marcel Reed today. You've seen some great scrambles and stuff like that, but you've also seen some really bad missed throws. Like on this first third down of the game, great run right there. Made a man miss, cut outside, got the first down. He's made some really nice run plays. I think that's just been where he's been at his best. But unfortunately for Marcel Reed and the Aggies, when he's been asked to drop back and pass, it's been a little rough, been a little spotty. Yeah, right there. That was a great step up by him on that one to get away from that pressure. Here's the first play. It's a give to Concepcion, and he's going to be taken down for a gain of about 9 on that first play. They zoomed the camera back onto the action way too late. And now we have an injury to a Miami player here. Slow to get up is Poyser. But yeah, that's what A&M definitely is going to try and do, is get the ball to their playmakers in space. I mean, again, that's always the best thing to do, right? I mean, Concepcion's your guy, right? Concepcion and Craver. And when they've gotten Craver the ball in space, they've had some success, but the screen game hasn't been working well for them today. As Poyser went low on Concepcion, and he got banged up there. What was the injury? Is it his shoulder? Like, what's up? He's down on the ground now for Miami, so this is definitely significant. One of their defensive starters down here, and he is just having a tough time. So I think they're probably going to go to a commercial here. Oh, man, that's definitely not what you want to see. That guy's a starter, so yikes. So A&M and both teams getting a breather here, and the safety for Miami, or the Poyser, just still not getting up. So here we go. He comes off the field, and we'll see how this affects the Miami defense. He's going straight to the locker room. So no stop at the medical tent. I don't know what happened, but he is going to that locker room, and so he will. Miami will have to bounce back here without him. 2nd and 1 after the 9-yard Concepcion play, and they go to Moss here. He's able to fight and get the first down. Good job by Moss. Looked like he was going to be stopped in the backfield, but he's able to fall forward. That's where Le'Veon Moss is definitely needed, those tough runs. Let me see this guy, Poyser. He's one of their DBs, Zechariah Poyser. Down, and he's in the locker room. Here we go. 1st down and 10 for A&M. Craver in motion. We'll see if they go to him. Reed is under pressure, and he throws it incomplete. Miami wants intentional grounding. And I don't think they're going to get that call. Mesidor brought a lot of pressure there. One of their good DNs. Mesidor is one of the better ones on their team. Him and Bain, the 2 stars. And Mesidor brings a ton of pressure. He wins on the right side, and Reed just forced to get rid of it. That ball was deflected, I believe, as well. What happened? Did they throw the flag now? What'd they call? They call intentional grounding? So did they throw did they throw it for intentional grounding? They did, I believe. I think. 2nd down and 22, so I think they did call intentional grounding there. And now A&M's backed up even further. Marcel Reed, 2nd and 22, pressure. Reed has to step up. He throws, and it's caught by Le'Veon Moss. Makes a nice cut. Le'Veon's trying to do it all, and he gets a few yards. So Le'Veon tried to make a million guys miss, but he was dead to right. Made a couple guys miss, but it's going to still be a 3rd and long. So yeah, I don't think Reed was able to escape the pocket, and then he threw it where no one was at. The tight end was in, but he was blocking pretty much. He wasn't really a receiver there. 3rd down and 17 after the Moss catch. They were able to get a couple yards back, but it's still going to be 3rd and long. And we'll see what A&M's offense can come with here. Marcel Reed on 3rd down is 3 for 4 for 10 yards. He's been good in the scramble drills, though. 3rd and 17. Reed takes the snap. Is he pressured? No. Reed going down the field. Intercepted! It is intercepted, and now on the run back, this is huge. Miami gonna be down at the 20. Marcel Reed has done the bad thing. Oh my goodness, you were waiting for it, Marcel Reed. This is great pocket right here for Reed. This is a great pocket. He's got time to throw, and I don't know, where is he throwing this football? He's looking deep down the field, and he just completely misses. Huge turnover by the Canes defense. From the 20 is where they'll start. They go to Malachi Tony. Now Carson Beck. Beck gonna start. It's a scramble. Carson Beck gets a few yards. So they tried to get a little tricky there with a little flea flicker type of action, but eventually A&M covered it up well. 2nd down and 8. Again, I respect the effort for some creativity though. 2nd down and 8. A&M trying to bend and not break again. They go to the run game. Up the middle. Great stop by the Aggies. Only a gain of a couple. 3rd down and long. So again, can they take advantage of the field position? They've struggled on 3rd down all day. Pringle didn't get much there. It's 3rd down and 7. A&M, see what they call here. Beck has plenty of time on the play clock to get it. They're checking this play at the line. A&M communicating. 3rd and 7 for Beck in this offense. Beck drops back. Going down the seam. Incomplete. Nearly intercepted. Torian York with the play. The A&M defense is just on a legendary carry job right now. And now another field goal for Miami. So the thing is, no matter how bad Marcel Reed plays, you know Carson Beck is due to make it happen right back and do something bad right back. That's a great deflection by Torian York, though. And now the field goal unit. Carter Davis from 35 yards out. And he missed it! He's missed 3! Left side, and he misses it off the upright. So the turnover from Reed doesn't even end up mattering at the end of the day because Miami gets nothing out of that. Just awful kickers. Awful, awful, awful. 4 missed field goals in this game. The Miami kickers missed 3 field goals. How is this even possible? How are you a college Division I kicker and you can't make a 35-yarder? Genuinely, bro. My goodness. So somehow, some way, Reed with the awful turnover. It doesn't even matter. Again, the fact that, again, A&M's defense is genuinely amazing, bro. Both of these quarterbacks are just, it's a literally just a trash off between quarterbacks right now, between Reed and Beck. And A&M just, I feel like A&M should be trying to establish a run game like, more than they have. Like, Reed clearly has no confidence throwing the ball right now. He's just slinging it into coverage. Carter Davis, 1 for 4 on the day, by the way. That is just, he's made from 21. He's missed from 47, 40, and 35. The guy has left 9 points on the board because he sucks. I mean, how can you even keep trotting that guy out there? I don't even know what you do at this point if you're Miami. You got to go for every single fourth down now because there's just nothing that offense can do. Like, there's nothing else that they can do. First play of the drive, handoff up the middle. Le'Veon Moss gets a few before being stuffed. Like, if you're Miami at this point, you can't kick field goals. You just can't. He's missed 3. He has no confidence. He's in his own head. I don't know if the backup is whoever it is. I think it's Bert Auburn, who's a former Texas kicker. He sucks too, by the way. Bert's awful. So, bro, just go for fourth downs from now on. You can't kick unless it's like a 25-yard field goal. Don't even, bro. 6:44 to go in the third. Aggies with a huge drive here. Marcel trying to bounce back from his second turnover of the day. 2nd down and 7. Reed, they'll just run it up the middle, and Ruben Owens stretching. He's going to be about, I think, a yard short of the first down marker. Solid run there from Ruben. Got to lean on your O-line and got to just keep it going. A&M's defense has been amazing, though. Again, they've deserved so much better than what their offense and specifically Marcel Reed has given them today. I mean, they have just, it's brutal. Third and 1. Reed, handoff up the middle, first down, Moss. Moss is banged up after the play, and he's limping off the field. And oh boy, he does not look good. He's about to slam his helmet. Oh boy, yeah, he's hurt. I honestly hate to see that, dude. Like, Le'Veon Moss is a great player, and I just hate to see that. I really do. 1st and 10, Reed dropping back, pressure's coming. This is what he does best. He scrambles. Marcel Reed, he's going to be sacked on that play, though. What a job by Scott to get out there. Deontay Scott, what a tackle right there on that play. Marcel Reed is a dangerous man in the open field one-on-one, and right there on that play, he had a one-on-one opportunity to make a man miss, but Scott got out there. Yeah, Deontay Scott, what a play. What a play. If you are listening, click that red sub button for me, man. Really would appreciate it. That's his 2nd sack of the day. Wow. Again, Miami's needed him back. One of the leaders of that defense. 2nd down and 11 for Reed. They're at their own 31. No Moss in the game because of the injury. Craver's in motion. Reed's looking left. Pressure's coming. It's picked up. Reed rolling out left. He'll just check it down underneath. KC Concepcion will get him a few yards. Oh, that's going to be 15. Oh. Are they going to throw the flag? Elko's crashing out, and they're not going to get the flag, I don't think. Just a stupid decision by Frederick Jr., the Miami DB. What is he thinking right there? Elko's losing his stuff on the sideline, and I'm honestly good reason, as that is a throwdown on KC Concepcion, who was already out of bounds, and just a stupid decision by number 29 for Miami. I mean, what are you thinking? It doesn't matter because 3rd and 4, and they don't throw the flag, but just a completely idiotic decision that easily should have been 15. Reed on 3rd and 4. Can they convert? He's pressured. He's going to roll out left. Marcel Reed, incomplete, and the Aggies will get nothing. Justin Scott, their defensive tackle, made the pressure, and A&M's going to be forced to punt, but just a terrible no call. Tyler White will be on to punt. Malachi Tony back to return. So Miami definitely got away with a pretty obvious personal foul. Tony's back to receive it. He's the most dangerous player on the field, but he's got no room to go there. He's going to get to about the 31, and that'll be where the Miami drive starts. But A&M's offense continues to sputter out of control, and Miami gets it back. Elko, that's valid. That's a really bad... This has just been, it is still 3-0. Yeah, Ohio State is definitely looking at both of these teams, and they are so freaking excited. I think Ohio State has arguably the best, I think Ohio State has the best defense in the country, in my opinion, and they either get to play against Marcel Reed or Carson Beck. Does it get better than that if you're a Buckeyes fan? Genuinely, I texted my uncle who's a huge Buckeyes fan. And I texted him, I'm like, I know you're watching this game, and you're just like smiling. You're like, oh my, this is BBQ chicken for Ohio State. What is the next game? Is it the Cotton Bowl? What is it? What's the next game? What game is Ohio State? Or is it the Sugar Bowl? I think it's the Sugar Bowl, but I could be wrong. What is it? The Cotton Bowl. Oh, it is the Cotton Bowl. Okay. Yeah. That's BBQ chicken. Whoever wins this game, whether it's Miami or it's A&M, does not matter. Ohio State is going to look at this game film, and they're going to be like, oh my goodness. This is just... you're going from playing Fernando Mendoza in Indiana, who they held to 13 points. Right? 13, I believe. And you get to play against this? Marcel... No threat, single threat Reed, or Carson turned the ball over 1,000,000 times back. Genuinely. Now, both of these teams' defenses would give the Buckeyes some trouble. There's no doubt about that. But, dude, it has been just... Both of these offenses have nothing. And look, the defenses have been good. Both of these teams have very good defenses. A&M is elite on third down. Kazis Howell is a beast. The linebackers, York and Sanford and Scooby, the great linebacking core. Miami, you got Bain, you got Mesiford, you got Scott, you got all those good defensive players on their side of the field as well. But the quarterback play, the reads, the terrible turnovers from Reed, and the missed throws from Beck, and Beck has zero scrambling ability whatsoever as well. Yeah, dude, it's... Ohio State is licking their chops right now. They're like, yes, give me this matchup against one of these two teams, and just, yes, please, please, please. Miami, the story of the day for them has honestly been their kicking. Carter Davis, 3 missed field goals in this game. 3. Not 1, not 2, 3. Again, you can't trust him. You can't kick anymore. Unless it is just the shortest field goal of all time. Don't kick anymore. Don't do it. Do not kick with Carter Davis. You can't trust him. Most by a Miami place kicker since 2012 in a missed field goals in a game. First play of the drive, Miami goes run. It's Fletcher Jr. left side, breaks the tackle. Fletcher across to the 42. And there you go, a good run for Miami. Again, Fletcher's had success in the ground game today. He keeps it going right there with a good run. 3:20 to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10 coming up, and Fletcher, good run. Missed tackle there from Des Ricks on the left side. Carter Davis. That is a bad missed field goal. Oh, man. Y'all listening, be sure to click the sub button. Fletcher with 9 carries for 77 yards. He's averaging over 8 yards a carry. He's been elite. They're at the A&M. Okay, I was dumb. They're at their own 44. They go back to the ground game. Fletcher that time is stuffed up in the middle. And there's a little shoving match there at the end of that play between the Aggie guy and, Bain is calling for some help here because I think an A&M player is pretty beat up at the end of this play. And they are immediately going to call the training staff out to help out this A&M player. Mark Sr.'s a big dog. Oh, boy. All right, so... Yeah, he looked banged up, dude. I don't know. Hopefully he's all right. Because, again, they already lost Le'Veon Moss. He's not doing too hot. I don't think he's going to come back, to be honest, in this game. So I think that's Albert Regis coming off the field here. I believe that's who that is. Le'Veon Moss is right now walking to the locker room, and I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I don't think Le'Veon Moss is, dude, I just don't think that ankle is, I don't know, dude. I just don't, yeah, I don't know. I hate that for him, dude. Le'Veon Moss is an amazing back. I hate that for him. That ankle injury sucks, dude. 2nd and 9. Beck and company at the 45. They're going to throw a screen left side, bobbled, and eventually hauled in by Miami. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and medium. So they're just trying to get a better 3rd down chance here for Beck in this offense. 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. It's been a slugfest in this one. 3-0 with 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. Click that sub button if you are listening, boys. 3rd and 5 coming up. Kyle Field getting loud. They're hoping maybe Beck will throw one of his classic Beck turnovers. 3rd and 5. He's 3 for 6 on 3rd down for 17 yards. Not exactly eye-popping. A&M shows heavy blitz. They're going to run the football. Fletcher fights and gets a couple yards short of the 1st down. Decision time for Mario Cristobal. What do you do here? Do you try to draw him off and then you punt? Or do you just immediately go punt? Do you even go for it? Miami's own line is one of the strengths of their team. Do they lean on him? It looks like they are going to go over to the sideline. And wow, this is just... You guys realize there's only 13 seconds left in the play clock, right? So they're going to let the play clock run all the way down. Okay, that's what they're going to do. Okay, that makes sense. So Miami is going to punt the football. They're going to, I believe, just take this delay a game penalty and send this one away. Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you just can't risk it, right? Like, your defense has played so well today. You've got A&M's offense in a bad spot. Punt the ball, right? I mean, I think that's the best decision. Look, you want to trust your offense and your guys up front, but I mean, let's be real, right? Like, come on. Like, if you get stopped, A&M gets the ball at midfield, then let's be real. If Miami even gets the 1st down, are they really going to score a touchdown? Like, we're being honest here, because you're not making a field goal. 4th and 7. Terry Bussey back to return for the Aggies. They send pressure to the punter. And this one is Bussey's. He fair catches this one at about the 15. And that's where A&M will start with the ball. 33 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And the Aggies have the football. Coming up next in about an hour, Trinidad Chambliss and Ole Miss will take on the Tulane Green Wave and John Sumrall, the future coach of the Florida Gators, in a rematch of a regular season game where Ole Miss won by like 35. But maybe things have changed for Sumrall's boys in what could be his final game as Tulane's head coach before again jumping ship to Gainesville. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what A&M's offense can get going here. They've been in shambles for a while now. Haven't been able to get anything going. Maybe this is the drive where it all clicks. No Le'Veon Moss at running back, though. Reed going left side, stepping up in the pocket, running around. He's going to be sacked by Ruben Bain. And I think you just got to take it to the 4th quarter at this point. But there's one of the top players in the upcoming NFL draft making a play. The pocket collapsed. Reed scrambled around. He was just completely lost here. The pressure comes from the right side. It's really, it's a 5-man rush. It comes around, and then Reed just scrambles and eventually runs right into Bain, who takes him down. a disastrous start for Texas A&M in this fourth quarter. Or in this third quarter. And they will start the fourth quarter on a second down and very long. One final quarter to play from Kyle Field. 3-0 Miami is the score as we head into this final frame. If you guys are listening again, be sure to click the sub button. And again, it helps out the channel so much, so please help me out. Click that sub button. Well, boys, here we are. Right? I mean, wow. This game has been something else, right? It's been a game where it just has been all defense, some really bad quarterback play, and someone's got to win it, though. That is the thing. Someone does have to win this game. No matter how bad both teams have tried to lose, right? I mean, yeah, it's just someone's got to win, but both teams have genuinely tried to give the other team the game. A&M has done it with their bad offense, their turnovers, and Miami's done it with their kicker being a freaking A&M double agent. I mean, genuinely, I think the best player for A&M today has, well, okay, I'm hating. Their defense has been really good. The best player for A&M, besides all their defensive players, has been Miami's kicker. I don't think there's a single player on A&M's offense who can have, quote, played well today. Owens, a couple decent runs. Conception's gotten involved a little bit. Craver a little bit here and there. Had that big catch. Led to nothing because Zirkle got the field goal blocked. And now they're backed up on a second down and long here because of that last sack. So, yeah, man. I mean, I knew this was going to be a more defensive game, but I thought it'd be more like Oklahoma, Alabama type of game, not freaking whatever this is. I mean, this has been... You combine some bad quarterback play with some crazy wins and stuff like that, and you get this product right here. Notre Dame would... Well, unfortunately for Notre Dame, they did lose to both of these teams. That is the unfortunate thing for Notre Dame. But yeah, A&M, you got one quarter to figure it out, or else the season's over. Colin Klein moves on to Kansas State, and that's it. That's it right there, you know. Beck versus Reed that was a funny tweet. Beck versus Reed is one of the quarterback duels of all time. Oh man, this has been ridiculous. Oh boy, well. We have one quarter to go though of this buffoonery. Still maintain that I think A&M's going to find a way, but they have the explosive offense. Like, it's there, it's within them, but no Le'Veon Moss, man, that hurts. I mean, they've been waiting all year, hoping that he would come back. They thought he'd be back by the Texas game, he wasn't, and then eventually Le'Veon was supposed to be back fully healthy for the playoffs. You had all those weeks of rest, and he just hasn't been healthy. The ankle just isn't there. Motion man is Mario Craver to the right side. It's backed up to a 2nd and 18. Reed over the middle. Pass is caught. Bethel Roman. That's a good throw from Marcel Reed. And now a 2nd and 18 turns into a 3rd and short. Maybe that's just what they needed. They needed that one throw there. Get him close. And now here we go. They sawed off the horns to start the fourth quarter. 3rd and 3. Winner goes to the Cotton Bowl and plays Ohio State on New Year's Eve. 3rd and 3. Reed, empty, looking, pressured, steps through it all, right side, and it's caught for a first down by Ashton Bethel Roman. A huge conversion, and all of a sudden, there goes the A&M offense. Marcel Reed gets the job done with his legs there, scrambling around, and then eventually makes the completion. They're going to go up tempo as well to try and get this Miami defense off balance here. They're already past the 35. Reed, pressured again, going right side. He's going to take off and run. And Reed gets a few yards before going out of bounds. So this is a great job right here. And Ashton Bethel Roman, nice hands, gets the foot down in bounds. Really nice job there by Marcel Reed on that one. That's what he can do. He can scramble like that. That is what Marcel Reed does. He can scramble. And he did a really nice job there. That's where I give props to Marcel Reed. When he's able to step up and scramble like that, he's dangerous. But when he has to purely read the field and progress as the quarterback, yeah, no, it's not a good day usually. 2nd down and 8. Man in motion, it's Casey Concepcion. He gets the football. He's so dangerous. He only got a few yards there on the jet sweep, though. Third down coming up again for A&M. Got to watch out for Reed's legs on 3rd down if you're in Miami here. 3rd and 5 now. We'll see what they go to. They have Craver. They have Bethel Roman. They have Concepcion. You have all those weapons. 3rd and 5, Miami showing blitz. We'll see if they send everybody or not. Play clock down to 2. Reed gets the snap off. He throws the screen. It's Craver. He's so dangerous. Mario Craver gets the 1st down. So there's the screen pass. It finally works for A&M. They have not had much success with those screens since the beginning of the game. But Mario Craver breaks out of that first tackle and is able to get the 1st down. And there he is. He went out of bounds at about a yard past the 1st down marker. And there you go. A&M with the up-tempo here. Miami struggling to get aligned. And they're going to run the football to E.J. Smith, I believe, who is stonewalled by this Miami front. Second down and 8 coming up for A&M. Started the season 11-0. Had a tough loss in Austin. They're trying to avoid this losing streak at home in front of their crowd. They're at the 49. Has been one of their best drives of the day. Fake to Concepcion. Reed, check down. KC out of the backfield, and he gets a solid few yards there. Makes it a 3rd and manageable now. So they are doing a good job of putting themselves in better 3rd down positions. I got to give Colin Klein and A&M that. You make it manageable. You give Marcel Reed a chance to make a big scramble play. 3rd down and 3 for the Aggies. Marcel Reed on 3rd down, 5 for 8 for 29 yards with a pick. 3rd and 3. They're in Miami territory now, and it's going to be offside. I think Miami jumped here. The officials are coming together. I think Miami may have jumped here, which is a huge call. Oh my goodness. How do you do that? I mean, Miami's always so undisciplined. I mean, you just gift him a 1st down. Unbelievable. 3rd and 3, man in motion. Why did he go? Did he just get completely fooled by the snap count? Like, genuinely. And he just drilled. I think that's at the center, Mark Nabu, who just got drilled right there. Oh my gosh. That is a terrible penalty. 41-yard line, Reed, fake, pressure's coming. He steps up. Marcel Reed throws down the field. Got him, man. Concepcion may have hauled that one in. Miami doesn't think so. They're at the 20-yard line, though, with that throw from Marcel Reed. The officials are going to review this real quick. And they're going to review whether Concepcion hauled it in. We'll see what KC... We'll see if he did haul this one in. Big drive here from A&M, though. Did he haul this in? Looks like right there. Nope. Incomplete. Use the ground to secure that. That's an incomplete pass. It's going to bring up a 2nd down. Yeah, that's not a catch at all. How in the world? Man, refs suck, bro. Yeah, that's an incomplete pass. They officially changed the call. Ball comes back to the 41. Miami is going to be on 2nd down and 10. A&M at the 41. We'll see if they can keep the drive going. They've had good rhythm here. Marcel Reed. They're going to run. They're going to run a pass play, and Reed fires outside. Misconcepcion. Third and 10. From the 41, Marcel Reed. We'll see what they do on 3rd and 10. Pure passing situation. Reed takes the snap, firing over the middle. Pass caught. Bethel Roman. I think he got to the line to gain. He did. What is that decision? Wow, 3rd and 10, and you give Marcel Reed that easy hitch right, and Bethel Roman, he's been A&M's best receiver today. Why are we stopping the game again? Why? He got the first down. Why are they... No, stop, refs. Slowing this game down. Gosh. He got the first down, guys. Like, it was pretty obvious, in my opinion. I mean, I thought that he turns up field, and then he's got stopped there, and then I think he got it. Yeah, I just don't think. Yeah, I think he just got to. I think got to the first down marker, and I don't think that they're gonna be able to overturn this. Like, I guess it's close enough to where it's worth taking a look, but I think this should be a really quick review. If you have a down the line angle, maybe, but that sees something else. But I think it's a first down. Like, I don't. He's got the first down. First and 10 now. Again, that was a pretty easy call for the official to make. A&M at the Miami 31. Marcel Reed, that was a good 3rd down throw, and again, good play call from Klein. Reed on 1st down. Left side, pass caught, Craver. This is the A&M offense that's been there all season, and now they're inside the red zone. Craver with a good job right there. If you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. Aggies are threatening, and now a Miami defensive lineman is down here, so that'll stop the clock. But A&M having a great drive here. Wait, has Miami not had the ball since when they punted that one time? That's actually crazy. I think that is this the same drive? This drive has been going on for forever. Yeah, this win, this is the same drive that they got sacked, bro, for like an 8-yard loss. It's been Bethel Roman, man. Bethel Roman caught the 15-yarder, made it 3rd and short, and then Bethel Roman caught the 13-yard pass. And then Bethel Roman caught the other 3rd down. Bethel Roman has actually been like amazing today for A&M. He's just getting open. The guy has how many yards? He's got 90. He's got 44 yards. Okay, maybe not as many as I thought. But he's all of them like pretty much come on this drive in big situations. Craver at 92 yards, the leading receiver. He's had the screen game, and then obviously he had that huge reception earlier in the game. 9:44 to go. Miami's just got to try to hold up here. Again, the Miami kicking game. People were saying fake injury. Oh my goodness. Yeah, if y'all listen, click that sub button. What a game it's been. It's been a little boring. But hey, you know what? At least A&M finally has gotten something going on offense to make this a little interesting. I guess, you know. Here we go. Nothing really happening right now. Again, the injury to another Miami player. And yeah, this has just been... That's offside. They probably get that first down. But yeah, this drive has just been forever. Like, I feel like I've been watching A&M with the football for 10 years here. Marcel Reed's had his best drive of the day, though. He's made some critical 3rd down throws. Ashton Bethel Roman has been a chain mover. Mario Craver, guy's electric after the catch. And here we go. A&M with one of their longest drives of the day. 12 plays, 65 yards after multiple terrible drives previously. Here we go. They are inside the red zone after the Craver completion. They're at the 19. 1st and 10. Marcel dropping back here, looking left. Pressure comes! He's going to be sacked once again by Miami. Mesidor with his first sack of the game, I believe. He's also a very talented young man. Him and Bain, quite the duo. And right here, pocket breaks down on this left side. It's Mesidor. Gets inside of Trey Zune. Bang! Sacks Marcel Reed. He just bull rushes into him. Then he gets around. Bang! Pocket collapses. Gets the sack. 2nd down and 13. Akeem Mesidor. That's actually a sack and a half for him today. Akeem. Man in motion. It's Bethel Roman. He's been the main man on this drive. Reed. Handoff up the middle. And it's going to be a few yards there for the Aggies. 5 yards on that one. Brings up a 3rd and manageable. Again, that's what A&M's been doing. They've been getting the 3rd and manageables. Randy Bond is on the sideline ready to kick. Again, they had the missed field goal on the block from Zirkle earlier. And it looks like they would have to turn to Bond here if they don't get this third down and they go, it's fourth down and not good enough. They would go to Randy Bond, their longtime kicker. Aggies are undefeated in one-score games today. It looks like they're going to have to keep that record going today. 3rd and 8 after the run. It's Reed. Fakes the toss. Reed over the middle. And ball is dropped. Borkacher couldn't haul it in. I believe that was him. He had it in his hands. They set up the tight end screen. It did not work. And the Aggies will trot out for a field goal. Why are they showing a ref cam here? 4th down and 8. And A&M will have to settle. It's Randy Bond. He's struggled all year. A&M has had very tough kicking issues. Bond, though, has to make this. It's from 35 to tie the game. Can he knock it through? Kicking's been an issue in Kyle Field today. Bond's kick is right through the middle, though. And for the first time today, Texas A&M is on the board. And that looked like a good kick. That was a good, confident strike there from Bond. And just like that, the Aggies tie the game. Miami will get the football back. 8 minutes to play. If you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. It's going to be an exciting finish in Kyle Field. The Aggies offense finally got something going, and they end up with the field goal. So Randy Bond is officially the best kicker in this game, and all he's done is come in and taken one kick. Because Miami, my goodness, 3 missed field goals. Like, how do you miss 3 field goals? Genuinely, in a football game. How do you miss 3 field goals? Like, how are you that bad at football? A&M. For everybody listening in, click the sub button. Really, again, helps out the channel so much. And we have a big drive coming up for the Hurricanes, who they haven't had the ball in years, it feels like. A&M, that drive for the Aggies, for context. That was a 16-play, 67-yard drive that spanned across 7.5 minutes. I saw another like on the stream. If you like it up, be sure to click the sub button. 7.5 minute drive there. I mean, it was long. It was Ashton Bethel Roman and Mario Craver made some huge plays, and the Aggies are gonna, they tied it. They finally did. They tied the game. And now Miami has their first drive out of half was really efficient and really good. I think they got to go with a similar script, try to get the ball out quick and run the football. And then, I don't know. At that point, you just leave it up to prayers and faith. If it comes down to a game-winning field goal, I think A&M looks definitely better if it comes down to that, because Bond did show that he has the ability to make it from inside 40, whereas Miami's kicker, I don't even think he can make it from 30 right now. He hit 25 or something, I think was the kick he made. So it's genuinely like a crap off between both kickers today. It's been really bad. Oh, man. It has been a rough one. It has not been the most entertaining of games. But, hey, the fourth quarter's here. It's a tie game. Some people will call it gritty football. I'll call it good defense, but mostly crappy QB play. But, hey, shout out to Marcel Reed, though. That was a very good drive from him. He's been bad today. He's missed a lot of throws. He's had a couple horrific turnovers, especially that one pick. But you know what? His defense has kept him in the game. And on that drive, they were backed up on a 2nd down and 18. And he made a great 15-yard throw to get him in range, and then they got the first down the next play. That's what, hey, you know what? Props to him. He made the throw from dang near his own end zone. So props to him for that. And here we go. Again, A&M with a 7.5 minute drive. Took up I think they started the fourth quarter with the ball. And Miami has yet to touch it yet. So, yeah. And again, they tried to put the ball on the kicking tee, and it rolls off of it once again. I mean, the wind in Kyle Field has been ridiculous today. They're just going to have someone come in and hold the kick and hope for the best. I think, right? Yeah. I mean, the winds have been ridiculous today. I mean, it's been an impact. It's definitely made the biggest impact on kicking, though. Well, no crap, right? I think it's also affected passing, too. Here we go. 8:03 to go in the fourth quarter. A&M set to kick this one off to Miami. Here we go. And Bond sends this one far to the right side. This one is going to be fair caught. So Miami will get the football at the 25. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. One of these teams will be moving on to Ohio State. This was a good kick by Bond here. Oh, wow, that wasn't a clean operation. Yeah, the laces were out. But hey, it didn't matter. He drilled the kick. That's big. There's a flag for offsides on A&M. So how does that work? Do they move Miami up to 5 yards? Is that what that does there? What do you do? This is true. So actually, it's going to be a re-kick after the penalty. Again, I'm not sure how offsides work on kickoffs, but A&M is going to kick the ball off here, 5 yards closer. So we'll see what happens. I don't know how this works. A&M has outgained Miami by almost 100 yards, 165 to 259. With over 100 yards more in the passing game, 186 to 80. Miami's had a little more success in the ground game. Le'Veon Moss, I'm pretty sure is done for the day. I'm like 95% sure. I mean, he went to the locker room. He's banged up. He's not coming back. Yeah, let's be real. Bond will kick this one off, and we'll see if Miami tries to return it, and that literally does nothing. It'll be another touchback. So yeah, that did nothing. I don't know exactly what the point of that was, to be honest. I guess I know A&M was definitely like, okay, Bond, boot this in the end zone, try to get it through, and don't give them a chance to return it. And here we go. Carson Beck. We'll see what happens. First and 10. Aggies. Defense needs to make another stand. Beck from the 25. This is where Kyle Field also comes in, helps out big time. First play, Fletcher, handoff up the middle. Mark Fletcher making people miss, and he's across the 40 with a first down for Miami. He's had a great day today, and he keeps it up in a big way. 97 yards rushing for Fletcher on only 12 carries. He really hasn't gotten that much action as you would think with how much success he's had. But right there, Miami paves a huge hole for him, and he gets the first down. But again, the thing with Miami is like no matter how far down the field they get, you can't trust your kicker. You got to get 7. Like, let's be real. First and 10. Beck from the 41 now after the nice run by Fletcher. We'll see if they go back to it. They motion Tony, and they fake to Fletcher. Beck down the field. It's caught by Malachi Tony. The ball came out, and A&M gets it. Damian Sanford. He's been so clutch for them all year. Oh, Malachi Tony, my friend, you have cost Miami so badly today. You're a great player. You're going to be a star and probably a first-round pick one day. But my friend, you have cost your team in so many ways today. That's a great punch-out by Dalton Brooks. But you have cost them in multiple ways today. First, you blew the punt return, and then you get stripped at midfield. Oh, man. Fletcher tried to dive on it, but Sanford recovers it. But it was Dalton Brooks, the safety, who makes the play that could win A&M this game. Unbelievable. That is a game changer. Yep, that's just Miami's offense for you. Marcel Reed, handoff right side. It is, I believe is that Owens who got the carry, but all the momentum is on Texas A&M's side. Tony's obviously beating himself up. And, I mean, dude, like, you messed up. You lost. You may lose your team this game. Like, I get he's over on the sideline beating himself up because, yeah, I mean, I feel bad, but it's like, bro, you've sold your team the game. Oh, you're not winning this. No way. A&M's got it, bro. There's no way. Too much is gone. They're in great field position here. 2nd and 10. Reed dropping back. Check down again. They do not. Oh, that's actually, they're going to stop Bussy short. Oh, my. They pushed him forward. Wow. Great push from the A&M offensive line there. Armaj Reed Adams is the one who really picked up that first down, if we're being honest. And Tony's on the sideline. I mean, yeah, I feel bad for him, but it's like, dude, you've sold. I mean, yeah, they do need you, bro, and you haven't been there. 1st and 10, Reed stepping up. He's going to be sacked again by Miami. They've had a great job. They've done a great job collapsing the pocket, and that's another big sack by them. We'll see how much confidence A&M has in Bond if it comes to that. But he's on the sideline beating himself up. I mean, I feel bad, bro. I do. But, like, dude, you've sold so hard. A&M's at the 43. They fake to Craver. They go Reed up the middle. Marcel Reed taken down. They had the field goal target line sitting there at the 38 or so. And Miami players just collided into each other with 5 minutes to go. Thomas looking a little gimpy right now. It's going to bring up a huge 3rd down. And so, again, A&M's playing on these big plays. It's either been Marcel Reed scramble or hitch routes, curl routes. That's what they've been doing. Curl routes or hitch routes. Thomas is beat up. I think he just got lit up by his own teammate. 3rd and 6 for A&M. This is probably 4-down territory. We'll see what they do. Under 5 minutes to play. Reed on 3rd down. He's looking. He's under pressure. Marcel Reed is sacked. A flag is down. What's the flag, though? A helmet got ripped off. We'll see what it is. Okay, it's against A&M. We'll see what the call is, though. I mean, if someone's helmet did come off, it was a... But yeah, Ruben Payne. What a play by Ruben Payne. Akeem Mesidor got his helmet ripped off, and Cristobal is going to make the decision here. So they're going to decline the penalty. It's 4th down with 4:38 to go. And we'll see what A&M does. Mike Elko has to make a decision. He looks pretty unhappy on the sideline. 4th and 9 after the sack by Ruben Payne. Their offense is out there, though. Their offense is out there on 4th and 9. They want to go for it all. From the 41, Marcel Reed. Will they just try to hard count him and draw him off is the question. And try to make this an easier punt to pin. 10 seconds on the play clock. I don't think A&M has any intentions of running a play. And that's it, yeah. So A&M with the chess match. They take the delay a game, I believe. Or do they? Yeah, they take the delay a game. Good discipline from Miami. Rare I say that. And A&M will punt the football. I think Elko made the right decision. If you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. Look, you can't go for that. If you get it, obviously you're a genius. But if you don't get that, you're putting the ball at midfield for an offense that has 3 points. The right decision was made. Take the delay game, punt the ball, try to pin them deep, get a stop, and win the field position battle. So White to punt. We'll see. Does Elko go with another fake? That would be legendary if they did that again, but I doubt it. That'd be ridiculous. And we'll see if White can pin him deep. Malachi Tony making a play. Can he do it? Tony's wrapped up. Oh man, we were wondering if the redemption arc was going to come on the return. It does not. And Malachi Tony and this offense will come out. First and 10, 4 minutes to go. Here we go. Miami getting the ball. Can Beck do it? He didn't do well in these moments against Georgia, but can he do it with Miami? From the 14. We'll see if Tony has a big moment in him. Start the drive off. Handoff. Mark Fletcher, right side. Big run. Mark Fletcher past the 40. Fletcher dragging a defender with him inside A&M territory. Mark Fletcher. He's had an amazing day. Mark Fletcher with the run of his life, dragging an Aggie defender with him many yards down the field. And they're deep into their territory now. I don't get why they haven't given him the ball more. 56-yard scramble there. Fletcher, again, up the middle. He's stuffed. But again, it's been Miami's run game. They haven't gone to it enough. I've been saying it all day. But in the moment when they needed it most, they finally did. And Fletcher took off for a massive run. And all of a sudden, the clock is ticking. 2:50 remaining. A&M has 2 timeouts. But Miami also has no kicking game. That's a big factor in this game. They're running the clock down. They're chewing it. They go back. Fletcher up the middle. Makes a cut. First down Miami. And they will now be able to run this clock down to the 2-minute warning. Mark Fletcher, you're a dog. 15 carries, 167 yards. Miami's already walking to the sideline. They're going to get to the 2-minute warning. And all of a sudden, Kyle Field has got to pray. Pray that Carter Davis can miss another one. He's missed 3 already. 2-minute warning. A&M will probably use both of their timeouts out of the 2-minute warning. Miami will be able to run the clock down, stack the box. Mark Fletcher Jr., though, and this Miami O-line deserve a lot of credit. I don't know if Miami's in field goal range. I genuinely don't know. But that run by Mark Fletcher was massive in so many ways. That could be the play that gets it done. Yeah, that A&M drive where they just stalled out was so huge. Oh my gosh. If you are listening again, be sure to click the sub button. This game's intense. It's coming down to the wire. Miami just has to manage the clock properly, which we know Cristobal's had trouble with in the past, and actually make a field goal. Big gulp on that one. And they will advance to play the Ohio State Buckeyes in the semifinals at the Cotton Bowl. So, boys, buckle down. Click the sub button. Like up the stream. Oh my gosh, what a game. Again, A&M has 2 timeouts. They used one earlier in the half, like really early. I think it was when Miami was driving and they were at like the 10-yard line. A&M burned a timeout then. They probably wish they had it right now. Post game, and then it'll be Ole Miss versus Tulane after this. Mark Fletcher, 167 yards, a career high for him. He's been a lot of trouble. This Miami offensive line has been plowing. And Kyle Fields, 110,000 strong, are hoping the defense can get a stop and force Miami to kick any sort of field goal and give their offense a chance at greatness. 2-minute warning is hit. They're inside the 20. They're at the 16. First play, handoff, Fletcher up the middle, and he falls forward for a few yards. Elko's going to use that second to last timeout. Michael Irvin is on the sideline, currently on all fours. Thought I'd point that out because this guy looks like a weirdo. Second timeout by A&M, so they're going to burn a timeout. Then they run the ball again. They're going to burn another one, and then Miami will run it, kick the field goal, and then their defense has to make a stand, and we'll see. Unless they get the first down. 2nd down and 7 coming up. It was a 3-yard run. You never know. I mean, A&M is going to load the box. Like, realistically, right? Oh, boy. Realistically, A&M should have an easy stop, right? Like, this should be an easy stop. You're going to load the box. But Fletcher's been a dog. A superstar today. The hero that everybody needed in a game like this where there's been nothing. Kenny Dillingham said he never got offered the Michigan job. Wow. Second and 7. Fletcher's had 73 yards on this drive alone. His mom in the stands. They're showing her a lot because she's hyped and cheering for her son who has put the Miami offense on his back. 2nd and 7, 1:55. A&M going to be punching at that football. They need to make something happen. Tony in motion. It's another handoff to Mark Fletcher. He goes straight up the middle. He's stopped. A&M will call a timeout. And there will be a 3rd down and medium. A&M has no timeouts left, so Miami will run the clock down after this next carry. So again, you run it to Fletcher. If you get the first down, boom, you can kneel the ball out until the final kick. If you don't get it, which is the most likely option, it's 3rd and 5, you run the clock down, call a timeout at probably like 1:10 or so, around 1:10-ish. Kick the field goal, pray your guy actually makes the dang field goal. Carter Davis, he's missed 3 field goals today. One of them was probably the wind. That's tough. Unfortunate. Second kick, blows it completely to the right. Never stood a chance. Third kick, left upright. My gosh. I mean, this guy stinks. He's awful. The kickers in this game have left a lot to be desired. Besides Randy Bond, stud right there. He drilled that 35-yarder. The lack of kicking, Ohio State's kicking sucks too, so it'll be a hell of a kicking matchup in the second round between Ohio State and whoever wins this game. 3rd and 5, A&M has a chance to get a stop and give their offense one last try at greatness in front of this home crowd. Mark Fletcher in the backfield on 3rd and 5. They motion Malachi Toney. Beck on 3rd down, and they flip it to Toney. He's trying to get the edge. Malachi Toney! Touchdown! The redemption arc for Miami! They needed it! He may have fumbled, but he ends up doing what he does. Touchdown, Canes! And you know what? The kid a few minutes ago was crying. A few minutes ago, he was on the sideline in tears because he had a fumble that almost cost his team the game. But that's the beauty of sports. When you get a second chance, you take advantage. Malachi Tony has got Michael Irvin fired up. He might be the best receiver to step to wear a Canes jersey since Big Mike when it's all said and done. The PAT from Davis is all critical because he sucks. He made that one, though. And Miami has taken a 10-3 lead in this one. Malachi Tony. A minute 44 to go, though. A&M does have a lot of time. Tony made the play. Miami, again, normally you'd be like, okay, maybe could he have gone down? Should he have gone down? Short of the first down. But, you know what? You know what? With the way your kicker is playing, yeah, I mean, no, for real. Like, I think A&M fans, like, you probably are happier that he scored, I guess, because it gives you a shot on offense with a minute 44. It's a lot of time. However, Malachi Tony, hey, good for him. Also, I mean, hey, like, at the end of the day, there's no guarantee that your kicker makes that field goal. Genuinely. Honestly, what Miami should do if they advance and win this game, dude, have open kicker tryouts on campus. Or maybe, you know what? It's been really windy as well, though, as Davis booed that one through the end zone. You know what? I'll give them it has been really windy. Even if that 35-yarder was so bad, though. But regardless, the next game will be the Cotton Bowl. It'll be indoors. I guess you'll hope for, because realistically, if there was an insane wind, okay, he probably makes the first field goal. That the wind completely killed that one. The second and third field goals, though, that was bad. If you are listening, be sure to click the sub button. What does Colin Klein and A&M's offense have? A minute 44. No timeouts. This is where legends are made. If you can step up and make it happen. Ruben Bain has 3 sacks today. He's done his job. Can he do it again? Reed, first down, scrambling around. He's under pressure. He gets rid of it out to E.J. Smith, who the official's going to give him the out of bounds there. I think he got out of bounds. And so that's a good job by Reed navigating a collapsing pocket. This A&M offensive line has been so good all year, but they've had a really tough test today, and they haven't done great against this elite Miami front at times. 5-yard gain for E.J. Smith, a minute 35 to go. Time is a big factor with no timeouts. Here we go. Can Marcel Reed get it done, though? They're at the 30 now. Man in motion. It's the tight end, Olstrom. Reed fires underneath, pass caught. KC Concepcion, first down out of bounds. A&M doesn't even have to worry about spiking yet. Flag is down here. What's the flag? The officials are talking right now. This could be big. It will be big regardless. If it's on Miami or A&M, huge. What are they calling? Oh my, that's huge. Roughing the passer on Miami gives them 15. Cristobal, what was the flag here? I mean, he flopped a bit, but it's still so unnecessary. That's so unnecessary. What are you doing? Again, Miami's always so undisciplined. And just like that, A&M has the ball at midfield. They've ran 2 plays, and you gave them 15. They're already across. They're at the 48. Reed, 4-man rush. Pressure's coming. Reed gets rid of it over the middle. Oh, it was nearly picked, and it's caught by Borkacher. The clock stops. Remember, college football, 2-minute drill. The clock stops momentarily until they set the ball, which they now do. And the clock is running, a minute 20 now. That ball was nearly intercepted. Miami rushes 3. It's Reed stepping up to run. Marcel Reed up the middle. He's short of the first down, so the clock will keep running. It's going to be a second down and short. The clock is ticking to a minute. They're in great position. They're already at the 25 of Miami. Under a minute to go. Marcel Reed looking left, firing left. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Mario Craver. 3rd and 1. At the very least for the Aggies, the clock stops. 3rd down and 1. With 53 seconds to go. Great coverage. I mean, he may have gotten there a little early, but the hand is in there. He plays the ball, and he gets a knockout on Craver. 3rd and 1 coming up. Again, this is where Marcel Reed has to be great. They're 7 for 16 on 3rd down today. They're at the 25. Marcel Reed runs it up the middle. E.J. Smith gets the 1st down. A&M now will get, they have to be frantic. They don't have to be frantic quite yet, actually. The clock's ticking, but it's not yet. 40, now it's set. 40, why is the clock not running yet? 46 seconds. Reed stepping up over the middle, pass caught, and Concepcion gets out of bounds around the 4. What a drive from A&M. It's 1st and goal. Marcel Reed has been clutch. 39 seconds left, and again, the roughing the passer. It looks like it's going to come back to bite A&M or bite Miami in a big way. 1st down and goal. 39 seconds. A&M hasn't had to even worry about spiking or stopping the clock anyway. 1st and goal inside the 5. Can A&M convert? E.J. Smith is in motion. Reed fakes it. Looking. Pressure coming. Reed steps up, throws to the end zone. Out of bounds, incomplete on 1st down as Craver nearly hauled it in. Don't think he got a foot down, though. Yeah, no. Yeah, it was even close. 2nd down and goal. A&M fans got excited, but that foot is out of bounds, and that's out of the end zone. 33 seconds, but at this point, it's not even about the time. It's literally just 3 plays to get a touchdown, or else the game ends. 2nd and goal from the 5. You got 3 plays to get 5 yards. What do you got? Colin Klein and Marcel Reed. 2nd and goal. Klein looking, or not Klein, Reed throwing over the middle. Incomplete! Ruben Owens got the ball knocked down. I think a Miami player just knocked himself unconscious. Ruben Owens just got blown up. He's injured. But the Miami player just knocked himself unconscious. Oh my gosh, dude. Is he okay? So injury to their linebacker. Third and goal, 28 seconds left. Mohamed Toure coming off the field. Third and goal from the 5. A&M has to get in the end zone and to keep this game alive. There has been overtime in the CFP before. Texas and Arizona State went to OT last year, double overtime actually, and and Arizona State did not pull it out. We got the dub. Maybe it's just a Texas football thing. Third and goal from the 5. Miami's got to defend all blades of grass here. It's all on the line. Third and goal from the 5. E.J. Smith in the game at running back. Reed dropping back, end zone. Intercepted! Miami wins it! Kyle Field silenced. Canes win it! Intercepted by the Canes. Oh my goodness. And there it is. The Canes come into Kyle Field and win it. And there it is. The Canes win it. The greatest season for Texas A&M in the 21st century ends the same. That's it. Wow, what a game. Wow. That's it. Miami defeats Texas A&M on the road. If you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. Wow. Unreal finish to this game. The chat rate's heavy. What the? Oh, A&M fans are beefing in my chat. They did lose. They did indeed not win that game. No. No. But there you go. Malachi Tony, I got to give props to him. If you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. What a day for Malachi Tony to, have the punt return miscue being taken down. And for that to just all end up not mattering because he clutched up when it mattered, and A&M just wasn't able to get it done. I see there's some stuff going on in the chat right now. A&M fans, why Arch Manning, buddy? Or Marcel Reed is awful. Okay, let's be honest. Marcel Reed is terrible, guys. Come on. Again, y'all, for everybody who's been here all stream, click the sub button. Again, it really helps out the channel. It helps me out a lot. So please click that sub button. What a day. So Malachi Tony gets the job done. Miami wins. They advance to the Cotton Bowl to play against Ohio State. And yeah, just for everybody again who's been here today, thank you guys. What a stream it's been. It's been a fun one. I love it. Appreciate y'all for popping in.
Are you done?
Pretty much.
Are you live?
that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this stream. I'll probably be back sometime later today for some NFL tonight or maybe some college. We'll see. But either way, you know what, boys? Hey, it was a good stream. It's always a good day when the Aggies lose. Best season in program history, and they got knocked out in the first round in their home stadium. They suck, and they always will. I've been saying this. Texas A&M is just Texas A&M. They will always be who they are. They will beat Texas once in a blue moon, but other than that, it's going to be Texas puts belt 7 or 8 out of 10 times. And when the moment gets bright, A&M crumbles. It's just who they are. It's who they've always been. This year, they just waited until the end of the season to blow it. I mean, my gosh, 11-0 walking into Austin, and they didn't even make it out of the first round of the playoffs. Unbelievable. Hey, it's cool though. I enjoy it, man. A&M and Oklahoma are just the gift that keeps on giving for Texas fans. Not only do we smoke the hell out of those teams every year, but then they give us these beautiful losses as well. Man, I love it. But this was a crappy football game today. Really was. Shout out to Miami, though. That defense for Miami is going to give Ohio State trouble. Look, Ohio State realistically should blow the doors off Miami if they play any sort of way that they did today. Although that boy Mark Fletcher Jr., elite. That guy's a stud. The Miami offensive line is very good, but Carson Beck is not. Carson Beck sucks. And at the end of the day, they won't win because of Carson Beck. But hey, you never know. Miami's defense, though, Reuben Bain Jr., dominant player.
Trying to draw some people off that.
Huh?
Are you trying to draw some people off that?
No.
Anybody else? That's weird.
There's only like 26 people now. That's cool. I mean, the A&M fan who was in the chat earlier beefing and stuff, it was just really funny. It lasted like a few minutes. But everybody's listening, man, be sure to click the subscribe button if you enjoyed it. It was a fun one. Ole Miss Tulane's on. This is about to be a blowout. Ole Miss scored in like less than a minute. Look, you don't need Lane Kiffin to beat Tulane. You need Lane Kiffin to beat Georgia. You need Lane Kiffin to beat Ohio State. You don't need Lane Kiffin to beat freaking Tulane, though, if we're being honest. Plus, Pete Golding's going to like shut their defense down, or the offense down. So, yeah. Again, there would be, I don't know what the environment's like in Oxford. I bet it's crazy, but again, it's just so sad that the situation that Ole Miss is in, I feel really bad for them. It sucks, right? I mean, they were having one of the best seasons in their program's history, and Lane Kiffin just, pissed it all away because he wanted to go to LSU. And I feel really bad for them. So I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for Ole Miss. I usually don't root for Ole Miss, but I'm rooting for him in this case because Lane Kiffin is a bum. But yeah, I'm not going to call this one, though. I have places to be, so I will be back later. But yeah, most likely the college football the rest of the day won't be too good, if we're being honest. So yeah, I thank you for everyone listening to the stream today. I gotta go. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all so much. Click the like button. Click the sub button. We're on the road to 2,000 subs. That's what's up next. So be sure to click that sub button. Again, it really helps out the channel. And we'll see if I can get back later and do some more streaming. But if not, hope you guys all have a blessed Saturday, blessed weekend, and I'll be back soon. Catch you on the next one. And hey, nice one, Ags. I love y'all. Hook 'em always. Oh, you guys are the best rival ever. Don't win anything, but talk a whole lot of mess before you lose. Catch y'all soon.